Hello and welcome back to Dial H for Heroclix. I'm your host, Kalder and Ian. This episode is going to be our massive Black Panther set review. This is episode 542. Howdy, howdy. Let's get rowdy.
Do you really want to click set?
Leadership,
Roll a six, make a move extreme.
token up,
Taking action from your team. I go straight to your start. Hypersonic speed.
roll a 5,
Getting brave, hitting blades, claws, fangs.
KO,
Stick and move, click a few just to hit a stop. Need a 3 CCE on a flurry close.
tear your dials apart.
Once the timer starts, do you really want to click set? What's going up must come down. Do you really want to click set? Baby, you gotta find the word to soon become. You're the best, the judge is wrong, but you amplify the damage on. Roll your dice for initiative, son.
Dial H for Heroclix is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock every day, including all the latest Heroclix singles and sealed products. Make sure you check them out at CoolStuffInc.com. Use code DIAL5, DIAL5, for 5% off your Cool Stuff Inc. order at checkout. You can also go to shop.whizkids.com. Current promotion is the Bigfoot promotion. Go ahead and check it out. You can also use code DIALH10, DIALH10, for 10% off your Heroclix order over there. Not usable with the specific promotions, iconics, or pre-orders. Joining me, like always, in the studio is Ian Eggleston. What's going on, Ian?
Row.
Hey, yeah, finally, wow, like in its complete entirety. We are.
I'm not taking this mask off either.
You really should.
Not coming off.
It's coming through so muffled right now. The audio is horrible.
It's Black
Ian.
Panther time, baby.
It is indeed Black Panther time.
I'm a little upset that there was no Rizzler dressed as the Black Panther in this set, as that was kind of his initial claim to fame for those of you who follow the Rizzler at home.
Was that one of his first videos? Him as Black Panther, or?
I think it's like the one that I remember being like,
The
this
most.
kid's funny.
Oh no, it is hilarious.
Yep, so
I didn't know if that is that
a little
pre.
Pre-Rizzler.
It's okay. It's pre-Rizzler. I didn't know if it
Deep
was like
lore.
Costco and everything. And I was
The Costco tangent, I don't get down with. Rizzler, he's standing on his own legs. He doesn't
Okay.
need him.
okay.
No chance.
Okay.
Not even going to mention
It's
those
just
guys.
it's the crew though. It's the crew he runs with.
He doesn't need them.
Okay, I know.
Doesn't
Okay.
need them.
All right. No, fair enough.
He claimed the name the Rizzler.
Do you want? That is honestly, that's maybe the most impressive
impressive.
thing ever.
At
Is the
that
fact
age?
that like the Rizzler was this more abstract construct of a joke on the Riddler, and then like riz him up, so you're the Rizzler, right? It was this abstract like thing being, and he was like, oh, but that's me.
Yeah.
I'm him. That actually is
and
impressive.
it to stick? And he's,
Yeah.
He's like 8? I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Impressive.
It really is. No, Ian, what made you happy this last week, my man?
Oh, wow. This is going to be a long episode. Honestly, just getting home was nice. Going home and hanging out with the family a bit. Catching up with a few friends I hadn't seen in a while. Just kind of doing some work on the basement. Gotta love that.
Ooh,
Totally fun.
ooh, fun.
So yeah, it was just a kind of a reset week. You know, just go home and enjoy some company from people you don't see a ton anymore. So living in the Big O,
Living the Big O is tough, man.
things change.
Did
Not
you
me.
go back home and they were like, you changed, Ian. Living in the Big
That
O.
accent you have now, so southern.
We are.
southern draw of Omaha.
This isn't the most south you've lived.
It's true.
The most south I've lived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in Arkansas for a while, but honestly, the thing with that was I'd walk around in like a t-shirt when it was like, 45, 50 degrees. People just could not believe that.
Yeah.
And it was the complete reverse for me, where it'd be like 110 degrees out or whatever, and people would be wearing jeans. Just like, how are you not dying right now? Like, so, but yeah, we're in the deep south now of Omaha.
Deep.
It's very comparable, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, no. I live in the deep south.
It's the deep south.
The deep south.
for us.
For us, I mean, for me, this is crazy deep. This is the deepest south I've ever been in my entire life. Living somewhere, I can just, Jedediah, I feel like a real ass Southern boy.
So much dip.
Yeah,
it's just dip. Honestly, if there's one thing about Omaha, there's just dip everywhere. No, honestly though, yeah, just like didn't do a whole lot. Just kind of relaxed. I finished The Penguin, which, again, if you guys haven't watched that show, you haven't watched that show. You guys need to.
I have not watched the show. Okay, so
it's the best show out right now.
In my defense, I have never really cared to watch a crime show, and I also don't care about The Penguin. And so if it's really not going to be superhero related or whatever, I'm just not exactly like jumping to go check it out. You know what I mean?
Good.
Like the closest like a superhero show that has like a heavy crime influence was like Daredevil. And I love Daredevil. But if it's just going to be, Carmen Falcone, you killed my daughter. I'm the Penguin.
I'm the Penguin of New York.
I'm the king of Gotham City. I'm the Penguin.
It's really not.
If it's something like that, it's like I have no interest in a crime drama that way.
Every character is interesting. There's a lot of double crossing. It's so good. And he's always
I believe you. I believe that it's
weaseling
good.
his way in and out of stuff. In the first episode, like very, very minor spoiler, it happens in like the first 10 minutes. He like recruits this kid under his wing, and
his little penguin wing.
Yeah, his little penguin wing.
Yeah,
walks him around.
Waddle.
But kind of shows him the life that he lives, and then that ends up, playing a larger part in the story. And like his story is fantastic in it too. Everyone he goes against is interesting. Like to do an 8-episode, 1 hour piece series with a character like the Penguin, set in Gotham City without Batman, and have 0 filler episodes. How is that?
I do like that.
Possible?
Yeah, if every episode has good
is a
pacing
movie,
and
dude.
like is a good body, then I do
It's
like
crazy.
that.
Matt Reeves is killing it. His direction with Batman, I know some people don't love the realism.
How do you feel about 2026, October 2026 being the release date of the Batman?
I honestly hope it's not 3.5 hours. Just don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm all for like Batman. Trust me, I love him, but I checked my watch in that movie. I won't lie.
Oh, yeah, there was kind of a midpoint. I think maybe when they were focusing on some Catwoman stuff, I was kind of like, man, this movie is going on. Like,
It's
I like
going
it,
on.
but it's like this did not need to be this long.
Yeah,
basically is how I felt. And I liked it. I really liked that movie.
About like the 2-hour mark of a movie. If you're not in like a position where like we're wrapping up,
Actually, the point of that
start to go.
So
"Oh."
actually, you remember this? I don't know how many other people remember this about the movie, but the entire funeral scene was a trailer at one point. Do you remember this at all? Where like that scene where he's just kind of emo Robert Pattinson walking the funeral, like that 3 or 4 minutes was like a full trailer. Like just that scene was a trailer on YouTube, or at least you could watch it on YouTube. And when that part of the movie
stayed away.
Oh really? Oh.
Yeah, I try to stay away with Deadpool. Same deal. I didn't watch like any trailers but the first.
I was pretty happy though, because as soon as that scene started, I was like, "Oh, I can go to the bathroom, nice!" And I like came back and like, nice." I still didn't miss anything. So I think
it's a pretty pro move.
I was thinking like, man, more movies need to have like the middle chunk of it be a trailer, so I can just go to the bathroom and be like, "Oh no, I've seen this."
Flashing, go to the bathroom in big text.
Yeah, it's
go
like,
to the bathroom.
Perfect. I just drank too much water to sit through a. We've done a million car rides. You drink too much water. I have to like do that for a movie. I had like completely water fast for hours before Endgame. I was just I knew it was like 3 hours. Strap in. I can't drink nothing. Yeah,
that's the worst part about driving places too. Is like I have to like semi dehydrate myself so we can just
brutal.
So we can just get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was your week, man?
It was awesome. I had a phenomenal. What we'd coined the term of the birthday weekend. I had a great, so Megan and I went to Chicago this past weekend. We saw a bunch of bands that she wanted to go see. Happy Landing was really fun. Origami Button was really cool. And we just kind of checked it out. Like, I'd been to Chicago a few times for only, like, Heroclix events, and I had never really gotten to explore the city or see the Bean yet. So that was the one big thing I wanted to go do.
I think that was under construction for, like, a long time.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they're, like, polishing it or something.
Just really just...
Something like that, but for a while,
making
like,
sure it's
you couldn't
shiny.
See the bean.
It's impressive. It's a big, giant, smooth bean. It warps up into the inside. I'd never didn't know that part. Didn't know how big it was.
Oh, it's huge.
It's massive. Like, it was just really cool. I super enjoyed it. I really this redeemed Chicago in my mind, because I had a few really rough experiences the very
Pizza.
first time I went to Chicago. Yeah, well, the reason this trip was so good is I didn't have any pizza.
There you go.
Is how I realized. I'm like, wow, if I just ignore the worst if I ignore the absolute worst part about Chicago, I don't go to Illuminati's, I don't go to Portillo's, I actually have a really good time. Ooh, that's so bad. That's so bad. That is so bad to say.
Throw in Giordano's too. And
Giordano. Yeah.
We're not in, guys. I'm sorry.
Now, the one thing I wished I would have done, I wish I
eventually.
would have went to that breakfast place that you, Matt, and I went to a few times during Adepticon.
Oh, yeah.
That place had awesome skillets. I was like, man, I could not remember that place for the life of me, though. But it was actually like just so
Yeah,
good.
I couldn't even tell you the name of it.
A really big highlight, and I'm not a big coffee guy, was the Starbucks Reserve Roastery. And so it had these different levels. That was really cool. And we went to the experimental, because it was an experience. It wasn't an experiment, it was an experience. The experiential level. And that was all about kind of just weird ways
Starbucks
to...
thing.
It really was,
life.
dude. So this is hilarious. This is a box that they sell to just keep these like coffee cards in when you get them. So I've got my coffee trading cards that I can collect at different Starbucks. The box was only $12, so it's fine. Well, I'm allowed to buy this box. But what they did was it was kind of like sciencey. It was a little science experiment. So it was a siphon filter thing that we had, and we tried 3 different roasts.
1 of 1 caramel macchiato.
No way! The Chicago Roastery rookie card! Oh, baby, get this slabbed, get this graded.
I'm shaking. I need to put gloves on.
Put gloves on. Don't touch this card.
touch this
Do
card.
not touch this card with your greasy fingers. Put your gloves on. So yeah,
coffee trading.
it was really fun. But like the way they did it was there's a little bottom glass vial, right, a little bowl type of deal, like a little Bunsen burner thing, and then another glass on top, and then the water went up from the bottom, up through the top, dumped the grounds in, and then when they turned the heat off, it obviously like sank back down, right, and it caught all like the grounds and stuff. So it was very pure, like smooth tasting coffee. And I was trying my best to try to be fancy and be like, slurp it and like smell it,
inhale,
smell it, all that stuff, you know. And I'm like, it is like the cleanest coffee I've ever had, because usually it's just like grounds and mash,
Folgers in there,
you know. Yeah. So it really was like clean, really cool tasting coffee, but it was really fun, like watching it like bubble up, bubble down, catch all like the dirty grounds and all that stuff, and it was just really fun time. So I had an absolute blast in Chicago. Had a bunch of good coffee, had a bunch of good food. Went to some 2 a.m. sushi places. It was really fun. Chicago people cannot drive. I will never ever complain about Omaha drivers ever again. I saw a million people using the so fun fact, the shoulder is just another lane, Ian. I didn't realize the shoulder was a lane. Majority of people in there, it is. And also you can just make up a lane at any point in time.
Totally.
If you want to just go around somebody, you can just start a new lane on
that's like a Tony Hawk playbook.
Yeah, exactly.
Sidewalk movement.
So,
it's pretty...
I had an absolute blast,
baller.
and then it was my birthday on Monday, and I had a ton of fun, and I hung out with my family a little bit, still went to work, still had a good time, and I got a new jacket. That was pretty cool.
Ooh.
And yeah, so I just had a great weekend, had a good time, and fought through the week, and the week is over. Now we got to talk about Black Panther.
It's off to Wakanda.
Now it's off to Wakanda.
Kicking it
Ladies
off
and
with
gentlemen,
001. Just the classic Black Panther with Avengers, Wakanda, Herald, Ruler, Scientist, Warrior. Okay, so he can have a little possessor, little god for free. Coming in at 75 or 45, he's got one trait, which is stored energy. Super senses, when Black Panther uses it and succeeds, after resolutions knock back the attacker. So, a little reference to potentially the movies there. His suit
the first
charging
movie
up.
with
That was like one of the coolest things in
It was
Black
cool.
Panther. I
Yeah.
did like that. Very basic dial, improved movement characters. At 75, you're getting a 6'11", 17.3 hypersonic exploit. 45, it's 5'10", 17.2 with the same powers, but he switches to a Charge Blades exploit piece later in the dial. Nothing to write home about.
Yeah.
He's a wild card. He's got Black Panther TA. I mean, if you pull him in sealed, maybe you play him, but probably not for 75, honestly.
Yeah, it's a little expensive.
It's not very great.
That was like
mobility.
60?
Yeah, 60
and
I think I'd be more on
60,
board.
40 or something like that. Yeah. But
Yeah.
002, this is Shuri, Black Panther, Wakanda Herald, Ruler, Scientist, and Warrior. She is just rocking the Wakanda team ability. She also has one trait. It is Kimoyo Beads. Leadership. When Black Panther uses it and succeeds, friendly characters modified defense value, +1 to your next turn. So, yeah, good. A 1/3 shot. It's just like, okay, everybody modifies their defense +1. And that's not friendly characters that share a keyword. That's not if she's on a theme team friendly characters. It's just all friendly characters. It's also not a unique modifier either. So if you run like 3 Shuris, you can just all get +1 leadership potentially. It's kind of a fun little gamble you can do. She ignores characters and elevated, slightly better movement than her bro T'Challa over there, which is really cool. And she's just a very basic charge blades, outwit, super senses top dial, who kind of mixes in a mess of powers at the bottom dial. Kind of goes on a charge blades, combat reflexes, perplex, and then picks up precision strike, sidestep precision strike on her very last click. It's kind of funny. But yeah, for 50 points though, I like this more. Yeah, an outwit leadership and seal, doesn't get tied down, and she's a super senses, so doesn't potentially die very easily. I really like this piece a lot for 50 points and sealed.
Definitely. All right, so first of the crew is Luke Cage.
Who are you? We're the crew.
We're the crew, and we're here to say, everybody go and play Luke Cage.
Ooh.
He is Avengers, Get him Defenders, Heroes for Hire, Marvel Knights, which that's a keyword I really like. It's like the story of how the Marvel Knights were created, which was basically like, start putting people together. We got to sell comics.
Yeah. Who are the coolest dudes we got right now? Put them in one.
Dope.
Yeah. Daredevil, Moon Knight, Punisher, Luke Cage. Yeah. I like it.
Thunderbolts, Politician, a rising keyword, and Warrior. So we're going to see the crew trait a few times in this set, so we'll go over it now. It is the crew. Luke Cage can use the following effects based on the number of friendly characters with this trait on the map. So 2+ is willpower, 3+ is modify Luke Cage's defense +1, and 4+ is free heal an adjacent friendly character with this trait 1 click. So if you're playing 4 of them, you're getting willpower, a +1 defense, and then everybody's going to be able to heal. That honestly is pretty sick.
I actually really like that. Yeah.
Being able to just multi-heal. Then when one falls, that goes away completely. So you really have to incentivize like keeping everybody alive, which I don't know. I think that could be pretty fun to do. He's a charge, quake, invincible, and close combat expert piece. 8-10, 18-3, so 11-4 up close. Switches to some sidestep and power in the middle dial, and then finishes off with some more flurry and CCE at the bottom. He breaks blocking on movement. And yeah, 85 points. He's pretty solid. He's probably going to be a 19. He's going to have willpower. He's going to be healing a good amount. I like it. I think when we get into the other crew pieces, I think this is going to be a pretty fun team to mess around with. I can't remember if they're all wild cards. Luke Cage is a wild card, so hopefully
which makes sense. A lot of heroes for hire are wild cards.
Makes sense.
And also, this is like my favorite way they ever do so Secret Six had a trait like this. Sinister Syndicate has like traits like this, right? So it's not.
I love when they do this.
Yeah, this is my favorite way to do a shared trait where it's like, the more you actually play of the team, the comic accurate team, this is the bonuses that you get,
the benefits,
which is really cool.
As opposed to like if you meet the minimum requirement.
Well, because then otherwise shared traits are just kind of a thing that character gets to. Like Wolverine Squad, that is a shared trait, but I don't necessarily have to play the rest of the Wolverine Squad to make it work. It just is something that they have, stuff like that. Storm is also a member of the crew, so I don't need to go over the trait because it's the exact same as Luke Cage's. She has Araco, Morlocks, Wakanda, X-Men, Ruler, and Warrior. She has Wakanda and X-Men team abilities, and this Storm is very simple: running shot, energy explosion, super senses, and then range combat expert piece, who later goes on to, and I do like this a lot, some pulse wave force blast down dial. So hopefully combo. I do like how her speed powers kind of get her to make that make sense. It goes some running shot and then a little mix of sidestep, and then hopefully she should be in the thick of it by this point, and she can just pulse wave force blast people, which also I really wish she had a double circle arrow so she could shoot while based, because the sidestep to me shows to translate sidestep to combat reflexes, right? Shows to translate that she is getting in really, really close.
Get in position.
Right? So you want her to be ideally people adjacent to her to use the most of her combat reflexes, and then she can still just pulse wave them. But then there's that click 4 where it feels slightly awkward, where she has RCE, she's a 9 for 2. with combat reflexes, so I don't necessarily want to be close to you. It's a little tricky, but I do still like it, and I like something that rolls onto Force Blast Pulse Wave. It's very nice. For 60 points, she's also a flyer in Sealed. She's got the crew trait, one good team ability copy, and then also X-Men. And maybe
X-Men, yeah.
and maybe she's sidestepping around using X-Men or something at that point, but she is a solid little piece.
Free, so.
And they're all healing for free as well.
But yeah, 2 team abilities a copy is not bad. Next up on the list is Miles Morales. He's got the Spider-Man TA, Avengers, Champions, Shield, Spider-Man Family for keywords. He's got his first trait, which is I'm just a kid, trying to do his best. Adjacent friendly characters have Spider-Man TA. Boy, do I wish this was still wild card.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, just instant replacement for A60. What a R.I.P. to him. A60 Spider-Man, we miss you. Then he also has Secret Identity Spider-Man, which the return of Secret Identity. Let's keep it coming.
That is cool. I like that a lot.
I really dig this mechanic. They've tried so much in the past to make like Secret Identity function with different like I don't even remember what it was called in Brave and the Bold. I think
Alter Ego. Yeah.
And it was just it was bad. It just never
Alter Ego is bad.
Never worked.
Alter Ego is bad. What was it? Promotion? The promotion mechanic was also so slow. I liked it. I liked trying to go for it.
Conceptually, like, very cool, and this is the first one. There's shifting focus is definitely the biggest winner for, like, changing in and out.
Oh, yeah.
But this is, like, as far as, like, changing the character, right? Like, putting the suit on, this rocks. So please, keep doing this. Anyway, that allows him to do... When Miles Morales would be KO'd, you may instead replace him with a secret identity character with a listed name on click number 9. This game, when that replacement is KO'd, instead score this character's point and an additional 25 points. So, you get to bring in a Spider-Man who is later in the set, who I'm a super big fan of, but he's a 25-point stealth prob piece, sealed. This is fantastic. Giving everybody a 6 on senses just for standing next to him, and you're re-rolling.
Pretty gnarly, yeah.
I mean, there's...
And then, like, if you go back up to the Black Panthers, right? You go back up to, like, both Black Panthers and Storm or anybody that just has Super Senses top dial. Now it's a 50-50 in Sealed. Yeah. And there's already a lot of that.
I think this guy, like, I don't know. I like him a lot. I think Pulp for sure. And then, you know, maybe Modern even.
Amadeus Cho and Kirby clocking in at 35 points. Avengers, Champions, God Squad, Illuminati, Shield, Animal, Celebrity, and Scientist. They are a wild card. They have the trait God Squad, which I believe is a shared trait, so we'll go over it. Safeguard, Outwit. Free, choose an opposing character with the deity keyword within 4 squares and line of fire. That character can't use Safeguard Outwit until your next turn. And then their damage power is Kirby's a great distraction. Outwit shape change, when Amadeus Cho and Kirby start the game, generate a Kirby bystander. And then they have a very basic dial, some sidestep with that special damage power top dial, and they go on to stealth and outwit. So, what does Kirby do? At the beginning of the game, you generate a Kirby. We ran over this kind of last episode, but it is sidestep, blades, toughness, shape change with a 6'9", 16'1" tiny size. So, Amadeus Cho and Kirby can kind of carry around Kirby, and then eventually it can sidestep up, try to go for a little Hail Mary blades with a 9 attack there, wishing for a big D6 number. But Outwit shape change gives them enough stability, and they can just straight up say, you don't have Safeguard Outwit, and they can outwit some big stuff on a Power Cosmic guy or Cosmic Energy guy.
So really bail you out in a sealed
pretty
setting.
Fun. 35 is just a little expensive.
Yeah.
I feel like to make it to eke into Modern, but I do like them.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. All right, AIM Agent, our first generic, I believe, yes. He is AIM, Scientist, Soldier, Spy, Hydra Team ability, with a damage power called Get Them. Enhancement, unique modifier. Adjacent friendly characters modify attack +1 when attacking one or more characters that are equipped or holding a terrain marker. Honestly, really solid when you factor in Hydra, like a -1 to the defense. Or wait, no. Is Hydra?
-1 to defense, yeah. Okay. -1 defense from a range attack, yeah.
Jeez.
And a +1 to attack.
Like, is it share attack? I was like, I don't know why I thought that.
That's all right.
Whatever's going on in my head, I don't know. But yeah, -1 and +1, like a 2 swing is really nice. He's 20 points. He's sidestep super senses and the damage power the whole time. I don't know why super senses on an AIM agent.
No, I feel like AIM agent is usually toughness for like their
it's like
defense
a guy
power.
In a bulky suit.
Yeah, I don't know why he is.
Where's the
super sense? No clue.
But I mean, it's a good defense power regardless. But just kind of weird to see on a guy.
No, it doesn't
like,
make
probably
like
a
sense
lab
at all.
technician.
Yeah,
you know,
super senses is not. That literally does not make sense at all for AIM agent. White Wolf, I talked about him a bit during our unboxing. I absolutely love White Wolf here. He has a Wakanda team ability. He's Wakanda animal, monster, ruler, soldier, and spy. He's very simple. He's a running shot with precision strike and combat reflexes top dial. So again, running shot, combat reflexes means you need to be making the most of his traded stealth. And then down dial, he has a stop click on his damage power, which is just stop Battle Fury, defending Wakanda from exile. On click 4, where he goes full wolf mode, and then he's a charge, blades, Battle Fury, toughness piece. For 40 points, 7 clicks of life, and a stop click. Absolutely love this guy. I love that it's very much from the Captain America Cold War story arc that happened last year when White Wolf turned into like a literal werewolf, which was pretty sick. So I just really love the vibe of this piece, and I think he is a ton of fun. I think he's like a must if you pull him in sealed. Like, he's not the craziest hitter top dial, just like an 11 for 2 precision strike. But man, he just does not go down easily at all with like that stop click and everything. And just being 7 clicks of life for 40 points is just, I don't know, such great like point for point value. Yeah, I just really like White Wolf. I think he's a ton of fun.
After that, we've got Claw. Love to see some of these guys, the Masters of Evil, baby.
Claw's a classic, baby. We love seeing Claw.
AIM, Frightful 4, Masters of Evil, and Scientist. I think pretty run-of-the-mill for the keywords he gets.
Yeah, that's pretty spot on.
And then this is, I believe, our first reference of one of the mechanics in this set. So we've got a trait, which is Stolen Resources, which gives him Force Blast. And when Claw hits, after resolutions, choose one. Give a hit character an action token. Love that. Or remove any one Vibranium token from your opponent's sideline, which I guess we'll kind of have to gauge how impactful that could actually be going down the line here. Because there's quite a bit of Vibranium token action going on here, and then the object itself, I guess, needs to be looked at because you can really abuse that with improved movement blocking or destroy blocking.
Right.
But he comes in at 75 or 40, some running shot, energy explosion, senses, or you can take him at 40, which is phasing, pulse wave, senses, and RCE. Honestly, I think this is one that I would play top dial. He also destroys blocking on ranged attacks.
That is so strong in sealed to just have a destroys blocking piece. Yeah, I really like it.
I actually specifically stunted on you.
You did stunt on me specifically with that. Thank you, Ian.
You're like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, dude. Needless to say, he was shocked.
That Spider-Man sealed was so brutal.
It was brutal. But hey, we both made top table.
We did both make top table. That was impressive, yeah. With
take that.
Little diamonds out of coal. Everett K. Ross is S.H.I.E.L.D. Wakanda politician with the S.H.I.E.L.D. team ability. First time we see the S.H.I.E.L.D. team ability in this set. I love the S.H.I.E.L.D. team ability. He has a trait, S.H.I.E.L.D. liaison to Wakanda. When establishing themed teams, friendly characters with the Wakanda keyword gain the S.H.I.E.L.D. keyword. Friendly characters with the Wakanda keyword have S.H.I.E.L.D. team ability. I absolutely love handing out team abilities, and I love that it works off of Wakanda keyword gaining shield. I much prefer that to shield gaining Wakanda. I guess either way it kind of does the same thing, but I just like this more.
Handing out shield is way better.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good to hand out shield. Like, yeah, just absolutely way better. His damage power is nope, I don't get fired. Absolutely you don't, Everett K. Ross. Better not, Bilbo Baggins. He has Perplex, unique modifier. When Everett K. Ross uses Perplex, if the target has both Wakanda and Ruler keywords, you may choose to modify damage. So he can up his boy Black Panther. Him and his boy are just like, you know what, we're chill. We're chillers. We can break the rules of the game a little bit.
The rules.
Yeah, we can break the rules a little bit if that's cool with you. And he's like, yeah, it's cool with me.
Yeah, it's cool with me,
Yeah,
dog.
exactly. So
of course.
Now you could Perplex up like... Yeah, any Wakanda and Ruler. So a lot of the Shuri Panthers, a lot of the T'Chakas from the past can all just be bumping up that 4 or 5 damage, whatever, which I like for 25 points.
And then you can use shield to bump it up again.
Also true, yeah, if they're going to be shooting.
If you have a
range-based Wakanda Ruler character, then yes, we should be able to.
Oh,
but
sure.
Again, yeah, most of these guys
probably
are
not
pretty close combat-based. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll have to keep an eye peeled.
Yeah, maybe I can't remember how many Black Panthers are like a running shot, Wakanda and Ruler. Yeah, we'll have to look. Start looking for range-based Wakanda Rulers. Sick but I like Everett K. Ross. He's like super simple. He does keyword cheating. He has a really cool Perplex ability. I like him. And then later he goes on to some sidestep precision strike with a little 2 damage. So if he doesn't get one shot right away, he can kind of sidestep around and poke at the opposing characters, which is pretty fun.
All right, another generic Hatut Zoraze, I believe is how you say it. Hatut Zerazi.
Oh, jeez. Zerazi? I don't know if I'd ever...
That was purposeful. butchering on purpose there. I got it
No,
right.
you
the
should
first time.
feel bad.
I'm
you
feeling
should feel
horrible.
bad.
I'm
you should
leaving.
feel awful right now. Get out.
Goodbye.
You don't get to use the
Goodbye,
Tesla track in the
Dial
studio
H.
anymore. You don't get to use the Tesla track in the
Hey,
studio.
you don't have to be that. Come on, dude. Come on.
You're
Anyway,
right, I overstepped.
he's got PD team ability. He's got Wakanda team ability. Wakanda, assassin, police, and soldier keywords. So, assassin to fill out, those last few points on all of your assassin builds at home. Although,
A
they've got
little
a lot of
15
low points.
point, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's 30 points. He's a running shot with RCE, 8, 10, 17, 2. Some toughness, so 11 for 3 from range with 4 range. Or you can play him at 15. He's 8, 9, 17, 2. And this time he's got running shot, ESD, and enhancement. I think pretty much every time I'm going to take 2 of these at 15 over 1 at 30. That's double PD. That's double enhancement. I don't really plan on attacking with him too much. Like, I want my actions to not be characters with...
If you're eventually attacking with this guy, it's like you are rough. You're in a
you're
tough
having a
spot
bad
to
time.
be. Yeah, but
Playing this guy for some PD abuse, some enhancement buffing.
PD enhancement.
Yeah.
Defense goes down, your damage goes up. It's a good day. Yeah, no, a 15 point with just I love this for soldier, police, assassin. Like, soldier obviously being my favorite keyword out of the few, but of course filling out assassin is huge. But just a very solid generic. It's kind of what you want from a generic, right? Super cheap.
Yeah.
They do some nice things to help buff your team. Feel good playing multiples. Yeah. The Dora Milaje here are also a 30 or 15 point generic. They have Wakanda and Warrior, help kind of filling out the Warrior keyword. They are wild cards, which is insane for a generic to have wild cards, especially a 30 or 15 point. Like, also, Wakanda's not exactly the team player group of Marvel either. They're usually
I don't
pretty.
think so.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting that they have wild card, but they also have Wakanda, and they have a dial of combat reflexes on their 15 point line, which is of course their most useful that I would like for a generic, because they are a charge, combat reflexes, precision strike, and empower piece at 15 points. So again, like, having stealth, having combat reflexes, that's great. If you want them to be a little more proactive, a little more attacker-based, they can be a charge blades, close combat expert, 18 toughness, top dial, 11 for 3 at close, which is super nice. So if you want them to be a more focused, swarmy generic, and then you can just play a few at 15 to help buff those main attackers of the Dora Milaje, or just all of your close combat pieces, as Wakanda is a pretty heavily, Wakanda and Warrior are a close combat keyword. So again, this is like what you want for those keywords. So solid generic, like to see it.
Yeah. Ayo was up next.
Ayo!
And that is Wakanda Armor and Warrior for keywords, Black Panther team ability, and now the Vibranium stockpile for a trait, which is at the beginning of the game, add 2 Vibranium tokens to your sideline. Well, what could these tokens do? Well, what's great about that is so many different things in the set interact with it differently, so you can actually kind of manipulate what these do for you. Her defense power is Inspiring the Dora Milaje, which is defend willpower. Free, remove any 1 Vibranium token from your sideline. If you do, remove an action token from all friendly characters named Dora Milaje within range. She's got 4 range, comes in at 60 or 30, has the trait at both lines, but not the defense power. You'd have to play her at 60 to get that. She's a flyer with sidestep leadership. In sealed, 30 points for a running shot, precision strike leadership piece that also gets you some Vibranium tokens for potentially other characters. Breaks blocking on movement. Fantastic. At 60, I really like the effect, but I don't know how impressive or useful that's actually going to be. Like, removing tokens from all of your generics are good, but, like, I mean, how many actions are you taking in a turn? Like 4? So you're pulling 4.
It's just limited is what it comes down to. It's specifically only characters with that name, right? If it was, like, from Wakanda, it could have way more uses.
Yeah.
And even then, I would still be like, I don't know if I'd pay 60 points for this.
Yeah, exactly.
So
It's a little too specific.
30 points in sealed or a 30-point armor warrior leadership, not bad.
Yeah, no, I mean, the leadership support options, it's so good in this set. If there's one thing to take away, I think it's that. Like, there's so many options, but we'll get into that later.
Wakandan Scientist, they have the Wakanda and Scientist keywords. Wow, who would have thunk? They have 1 trait, Vibranium Research. Once per turn, when Wakandan Scientist or an adjacent friendly character with a Wakanda keyword hits, after resolutions, add a Vibranium token to your sideline. //free, remove any one Vibranium token from your sideline. If you do, choose an adjacent unequipped friendly character, generate a Vibranium armor equipment token, and equip it to that character, and that is they modify the defense +1. So, again, I don't believe in the Wakandan scientist's ability to hit, but I do believe in other Wakanda people that are adjacent to hit, as the Wakanda scientist is a 9-for-1 willpower outwit. Their entire dial is 6/9, 16/1, the entire dial with 3 range. For whatever reason, they have 3 range for, but they at least have a minimum of 4 when using outwit. But a 15-point outwit, solid. A little 15-point scientist
And
outwit.
copy stealth. I mean, you can copy stealth from 90%
Also
of
true.
the set.
That is
though.
so nice.
So, and how valuable is stealth right now? That's a question. I don't know.
It do be a question of all time, Ian.
It do be a questionable time for stealth. No hiding. Colleen Wing is after that, and she is Avengers and Defenders team ability. Avengers, Defenders, Heroes for Hire, Marvel Knights, Detective, Martial Artist, and Spy for keywords. She also has the trait, we are at least getting paid, right? When Colleen Wing or another friendly character with the Heroes for Hire keyword KOs an opposing character, after resolutions, heal friendly character 1 click. Comes in at 50 or 25. For 50 points, you're only getting 2 additional clicks, but those 2 clicks are a charge, blades, and power with combat reflexes. Comparing to this to like the 15-point generic that we just saw,
Yeah.
I'm hard pressed to believe you're ever playing this at 50.
Yeah.
At 25, 4 clicks of life for some sidestep precision strike. Ignores elevated on movement. She also has combat reflexes with 2 damage. I like her. I think for 4 clicks, it's not horrible. Some
Great
defenders
team
to wild
abilities
card.
to copy for 25, exactly.
Yeah.
So I do like that. The 18 on click 2, why? Why? For what reason?
Why have we done this?
Yeah. Killmonger is next, and our last common that we get to talk about. He is, of course, the Wakanda team ability. Wakanda Assassin, Ruler, Soldier, and Warrior keywords. He's clocking in at 60 or 30 points. He has traded Flurry, / when Killmonger KOs an opposing character, after resolutions remove an action token from him and another friendly character. That other friendly character can just be anywhere. That doesn't say share a keyword, doesn't say adjacent, nothing like that. So whenever he KOs somebody, he gets to remove a token, and somebody
You
else
could
gets to
remove a
remove
token from a character on the match next to you.
I guess. Well, if they're a friendly character, sure. He is a Charge Blades exploit top dial with 18 toughness, so that's if you play him at 60 points, or he's just a Charge 11-17-3 with 6p if you play him at 30 points, but then he has Battle Fury, so you lose Blades exploit, no pen damage, no potential for big damage, but then you have a guaranteed 11-3 that can get rid of like shape change and stuff. So
I'm going 60 on him. In sealed,
I like him absolutely for 60, especially with traded Flurry. I definitely prefer that. 2 shots and 11 for 2 blades, pretty dang nice. But you know, I could see it if you want to squeeze him in at 30 instead. But 60 for 6 clicks of life,
12-4.
I really like. Yeah, also that too. Yeah, this is a real Kingpin meta right here with Killmonger. But a very solid sealed piece. I really like him.
Absolutely. Well, next up in the Black Panther set, we're starting off the uncommons with Black Panther. And in the wise words of the rapper Future, his mask is off. Mask off, Black Panther. Avengers, Wakanda, Ruler,
Jeez.
Warrior. Yeah, dude, why not?
No, it just got me. I wasn't ready for it.
He wasn't ready. Defender of Wakanda is his trait. Power. If a friendly character is KO'd since your last turn, generate a character of 25 points or less with the Wakanda keyword on its starting click. That's fun.
Well, it's a little broken, actually, in Silver
Oh.
Age. This is a Scott Porter generator. Miles pointed this out to me, and he was like, yeah, so it's if a friendly character is KO'd since your last turn, right? And that can be
Anything.
T-Kang, it can be T-Kang at Bystander, with Despero, right, to kill, like, all that stuff. It can, anytime if a character dies, you just have power, generate a character of 25 points or less with the Wakanda keyword, and of course, black or white shirt Scott Porter just has the Wakanda keyword.
Who could have seen
how
this coming?
hilarious is that? It's not should not be the case, but it's really funny.
What's up, Black Panthers out there in Wakanda land? It's
Hey
Scott
guys,
Porter.
Wakanda Forever. It's your boy Scott Porter here.
Why does he keep coming out? There's like 6 of them.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of them.
Why?
Yeah,
Oh my god. And then that doesn't
move over
break
Master
the
Mold.
silver.
Yeah,
Oh, God, yeah,
Hilarious.
Master Mold lost his throne. This is unreal. Okay, well that's the coolest part of him. He's
How
got
funny is
Wakanda
that?
Forever as a trait though, which is leadership but succeeds on a 4 through 6. When Black Panther uses it and rolls a 6, you may also remove an action token from each friendly character with the Wakanda keyword within 4 squares.
I love that.
45 points, sidestep, toughness, and the damage special. So primarily a leadership.
Yeah.
He's a full dial of toughness. He goes on to charge, ends with some flurry. He's blades for 1 on click 2 and 3, and then he's 11 for 3 with precision strike.
Praying
flurry.
for big numbers,
Yeah.
I guess.
So you really are like, at 45 points, yeah, it's a Scott Porter generator.
Yeah.
That's what this guy is.
That's hilarious.
Go abuse him in silver while you still can.
Yeah. Pretty
Because,
much.
Yeah, you don't. That doesn't. If they're being generated, it doesn't break the rules of like you can only have Necron.
Right, yeah, it's all
Scott
outside
Porter.
the game, yeah.
Dang, that is.
It's kind of ridiculous. And he'd be,
Oh,
I guess,
that's
Avengers. Avengers might be the team you play him on. Maybe Ruler, probably Avengers. But yeah, that is, it's hilarious. Misty Knight clocking in at 50 or 30 points. She gives us PD and Defenders for team abilities. She is Defenders, Heroes for Hire, Marvel Knights, Detective, Martial Artist, Police, and Warrior. She has the Crew trait. Pretty dang awesome. And then she has Hello Hero, This is Control, which is another trait, which just straight up gives her support and willpower. Kind of weird that she just gives herself willpower. I guess she's slightly independent of the crew, but it's nice to have, I suppose, but it just seems a little wonky.
I mean, with the crew trait, she's just a straight up 22.
Yeah.
And your wild card crew members are borrowing a 19.
Misty Knight, of all people, having a 19 defense on her first and last click is kind of insane to me. Yeah, Misty Knight is a 19? Huh? Misty Knight? Sure, I guess. I think I already talked about this a few weeks ago, but I'm like, I found it hilarious that her name is Misty Knight. I just realized that's like a pun. It's Misty at night. But anyways, yeah, she's a sidestep, exploit weakness, combat reflexes, piece, top dial. 7, 11, 19, 3 is just insane. But then if you want to play her at a more economic 30 points, utilize her support, willpower, utilize her outwit. She's a sidestep, toughness, outwit, bottom dial, which is where I like her the most. But I can see the case for playing her at 50 because, wow, she's 19.
Yeah, those are nutty stats.
Or just 20 once you're using 3 or more people with the crew.
And
just
then up
kind of
close,
gnarly.
just 22.
Yeah, 22.
Like,
just okay.
Parking that next to
And
somebody.
now this makes me wish she had wildcard instead of Defenders, of course, to like be able to copy Wakanda. It would have been so nice on her.
I mean, Defenders lets her wild cards copy Defenders, though, so she can hand out her 19.
Oh, actually,
Which is really good.
Oh, that is so good, actually.
I mean, I'm playing her full dial.
Why does Misty why does Misty Knight of all people have a 19
Why is she the 19?
Defenders? That's wild. I mean, good for her.
Integral to the crew.
I suppose so.
Next up, we have Power Man, which is just... This is a power dial for Power Man.
Raw stats, raw powers.
He's got AIM, Avengers, Champions, Heroes for Hire, Thunderbolts, Martial Artist, and Warrior. So a great slew of keywords to work with. This guy's just 8 clicks of beef.
Yeah.
Like, 8 clicks for 50 points, 6, 11, 17, 3, some charge, no improved movement or targeting, she doesn't fly. At 20 points, he's a sidestep, precision strike, invuln piece, clicks on to regen immediately. I mean, like, while it's 8 clicks, like, this guy's mastermind fodder.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's much more to him. Like,
but also, in
in
sealed, he's a charged super strength piece. He can pick up.
I wish he started if he had sidestep super strength at 20. Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome.
Utility out the wazoo.
At the same time though, 20 points to just like put that in somebody's face and say like, all right, you're gonna have to waste some actions on this.
Yeah,
it's not bad. He's pretty crazy.
It's fun. I like basic figures like this that are just like
it's just
no
lots
traits,
of clicks,
no nothing,
low points,
bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Ooh, next up, the coolest
dude ever,
ever.
Vibranium Man. It's like the Punisher logo, sort of on his chest. Old Vibranium Man here. Wakanda armor, ruler, scientist, and warrior. He has the Spider-Man ally and Wakanda team abilities. He has a trait armor from the scraps of my ship. At the beginning of the game, add 2 Vibranium tokens to your sideline, and then he has / free. Remove any 1 Vibranium token from your sideline. If you do heal Vibranium Man 2 clicks, this is the most like instant reward Vibranium mechanic so far, where it's like, he also has a deep dial, so he is 125, well, let me do this last trait. He has just wall crawler traded, so he's leap climb.
He's also Spider-Man.
He's also Spider-Man. He's Black Panther Spider-Man. Cool.
And Iron Man.
Yeah, the running shot, Pensai, invincible, heavy defense like reducer with big damage. It's very, very interesting. So he's just straight up sleep climb free, place his character in a square of different elevation within 4 squares in line of fire. So it's just a wall crawler trait that we've seen a bunch before. I do like him at 125 in sealed. In sealed, I do really like this because he's an 11 for 4 running shot Pensai. In sealed, you always want to try to find your running shot Pensai piece, and it takes us to the uncommons where we finally get him. He's also just crazy beefy again with being able to free heal 2 clicks at any point in time.
12 square reach
twice
with wall crawler, running shot, 4 range.
But then I don't hate him at 60 either. So if you're really like strapped for cash and you want to play him at 60, he is Aegis Charge Blades, 811, 18-3 with exploit toughness on that lower line for 5 clicks of life, which again, very nice stats. I really do like it. And at least an 8 square
At the
reach.
same time, though, you're in a set where every other piece
Is a
has
charged
stealth.
blades? Oh, yeah.
No, has stealth.
Oh, it has stealth? Yeah, so him
So
not being able
shooting
to
them?
ignore... Yeah, no improved targeting ignores hindering is tough.
Ooh.
That's the only... That is, I guess I agree.
I don't know if
That's
I
the
would
thing
play him
I
top
do
dial,
dislike
actually.
about top dial. Well, he's not taking out a lot of the lower end stuff, but some of the higher end, like Hercules, Thor, a few things we'll get to later that don't have stealth, he can at least
I suppose
attack.
you can take advantage. They're going to probably
It's
get
kinda
close
up to you.
You
I
can
think
heal up.
It kind of depends what attackers you pull if you want to play him at 125. I do still like him at 125, but yeah, stealth is a really good point. That's tough, him not having ignores hindering.
Nick Fury and Goose coming in with the Shield TA. Avengers, Shield, Animal, Past, Politician, Soldier, and Spy for keywords. Real name, Nick Fury and Goose.
Hilarious.
Those are the real names.
Chewie erasure is just not cool.
I know,
Justice
man.
for my boy Chewie. Chewie got MCUified.
And Streaky.
And yeah.
Justice for Streaky. That's another conversation.
They stole Chewie's name, bro.
He's
they
the
erased him from
spy.
history.
But who? The cat or the man? He's the spy as the trait. Mastermind, stealth. When Nick Fury and Goose start the game, generate a Goose bystander. He also has I'm Picking You Up Now, which is a damage power. Free. Choose an opposing character within range and line of fire. That character's combat values can't be positively modified until your next turn. Once per turn, when Nick Fury and Goose carries a friendly character named Goose, after resolutions, that Goose may make an attack. So he can mobilize him a bit. This guy ignores hindering on line of fire, so he can do his damage special through that.
Yeah.
He's 50 points, 6'11", 18-3 with some willpower, some running shot. I think this is pretty solid because it's not like when he takes a move action, it's when he carries. So you could probably set up a pretty sick running shot into dropping Goose, who does have Giant Reach 2, so you can stay at range. He's a 6'10", 17-1 with a special, Flurry, Plasticity, Giant Reach 2, Blades, Senses, and Perplex, which is really solid. So this in tandem, like making it so people can't modify their values, running shotting in, maybe perplexing something, dropping Goose, hitting for big damage. I don't know. I like it. I really think this piece is cool.
I really like this piece. No, I mean, he has straight up better outsiders, which is really cool. So anything that
kill
stops...
the cat when you need to.
Ooh, yeah, absolutely.
Bang, cat
Just
gone.
boom, see cat.
It was him.
He's getting shot. Throws. Ugh, anyway. Anyway. But running shot ignores Henry Train is awesome. It's really, really, really good. I do like that a lot, especially with all the lower level Wakanda team ability that's out and about. Shutting off modifiers. There's a ton of combat reflexes in the set, so that's just another way that he just gets through stealth. He shuts off combat
he has
reflexes.
Mastermind with the cat. That's probably what it was.
I mean, that's 100% what it is, right? How is that not what that is?
It's you or me. And then he throws the cat. Oh, God.
Scientist Supreme clocks in at 50 points with the Hydra team ability Aim, Ruler, and Scientist keywords. Sees that weapon. Aim is just all about taking your bag, dude. Aim hates your equipment in this
hates
set.
when you have a bag.
Hate, dude. They hate to see a man iced up and dripped out. Sees that weapon. Penetrating Psychic Blast. When Scientist Supreme or an adjacent friendly character hits, after resolutions, you may unequip a hit character and then equip that unequipped equipment to Scientist Supreme. So this is really cool. Scientist Supreme cannot hold and have multiple equipment, but any adjacent friendly character can shoot it, give it to her, or vice versa, which is really cool. So that's their special attack power with running shot, Pensai, the entire dial, and ignores hindering terrain for line of fire. So love this piece. This is your running shot, Pensai, economic piece. And then damage power, I'll call for backup. Leadership, outwit. So just a leadership outwit, which is gnarly. When Science Supreme uses leadership and succeeds, after resolutions, you may generate a 007 aim agent on click number 1. I won't lie, generating on a leadership success is my least favorite way to generate bystanders or any extra characters or whatever. It's very uninspiring. It's very boring. But it's not bad to have. It's just I guess.
I want to bring him in.
I want to bring him in. Yeah, I love a power action, a free action off a hit. If I hit and then generate next to the target, that'd be awesome. Those are ways I like to personally generate generics or generate whatever. But generate off a leadership success is a pretty classic way to do it. What is nice though is that it's after resolutions you generate instead of a lot of times it'll be instead of normal effects, instead of removing an action token you make it. So at the very least you get it both, remove an action token.
That's what I love
make
about
a character.
Ultron Pym.
Yeah.
You could do both.
Exactly. It's nice. So, yeah, I really like Scientist Supreme. Very solid. Going to be fun to build around, I think. There'll be some cute stuff you can build around here. Scientist Supreme, Hydra, and Running Shot is always good. And I just think a great sealed piece to have with a leadership Running Shot Pensai shoots through hindering.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a combo you can't go wrong with in sealed. And just kind of in general. Next up is Heroclix, Avengers, Champions, God Squad, Brute, Deity, Warrior, and he comes on that beautiful marbled base, which
that's right.
I think is a ton of fun. Especially when you start doing it on characters who aren't chases, like, you can
it is really
get
cool
access
to,
to it.
It feels nice and special.
Fighting the Skrull Pantheon is a trait. When Heroclix attacks, opposing characters can't use Shape Change, and opposing characters with a Deity keyword can't evade attacks.
Oh,
that seems really
like
good
that. I like that
in a
lot.
sealed setting. Divine Favor, which is a trait that we will come across a few times in the set. Safeguard, Opposing Perplex, and Opposing Probability Control. Amazing. Fantastic. Great trait. When Heroclix attacks targeted characters without the Deity keyword, modify defense -1. So you're really going to have to be checking your opponent for what they've got, because he has like 3 opportunities. You don't get Shape Change. If you've got this, you're not evading attacks. If you don't have this, -1 defense. And he's a Charge Flurry Plasticity with CCE 8, 11, 18, 3, so 12, 4 up close. It breaks blocking. Gosh, am I ever going to get that right on the first try? Breaks blocking on movement.
Got it.
Comes in at 100 or 60, and he has that special power on his 60-point starting line. So that makes it pretty clear cut for me. I'm probably paying 60 for this guy every time. But wow, like, it is crazy. I feel like just about every iteration of Heroclix that they've made, I've always been like, this guy's balling. He's just
cool.
solid.
Heroclix is just a cool
That
character.
Secret Invasion uncommon who could hold 2 objects and just dish. This is very reminiscent of that. Also, the Avengers TA, you could probably get him to a 13.
Pretty easily.
He's not being re-rolled. Maybe you're modifying your defense by 1. Like, yeah, this guy's solid. I really dig him.
No, Heroclix is always good. I love seeing it. Solid dial. Did not realize his last name was Panhelionios or whatever this is. Thought it was just like Zeus Jr. or something. Is that a $ for the S? No, it's not. That'd be hilarious. Heroclix $
It's silent, dude.
Yeah. The Plunderer, Mr. Parnival Plunder is back. This guy rocks.
He looks like a Mega Man boss.
Dude, he's just hilarious, man. The
love
Plunderer
it.
is just so awesome. When he first came out in Civil War, I was like, who is this guy? This dude rules. Savage Land keyword, don't see enough. Literally never see the Savage Land keyword. Wakanda, Pirate, and Ruler. Yeah, Pirate. We're eating good here, guys.
Oh, yeah.
He has a trait. I'll be taking that. When Plunderer hits, remove any 1 Vibranium token from an opponent's sideline and add a Vibranium token to your sideline. Wish this also had something to do with equipment, but don't worry. That's the way it be. But he's just a little anti-Vibranium guy. He has another trait, Black Market. Free, remove any 1 Vibranium from your sideline. If you do, choose an equipment equipped to an opposing character, or in any KO area, Plunderer can use the effect of that equipment until your next turn. I wish this was until he chose again, though. I wish he could permanently cash in. I'm cashing in the bank, please, for an equipment, like a permanent equipment. But it is still really nice. He can use this to...
They don't have to be within range and line of fire either.
No, it's anywhere, and it can be dead, which is cool.
Yeah.
It's just kind of nice.
Having a double emo mod would be pretty sick. Like, if you're a good chance your opponent plays that in silver.
Hilarious.
Double
the Plunderer,
nullifier.
double.
Actually,
that would rock.
Okay,
oh my gosh.
hear me out for just a second.
I'm listening.
You find a way to KO the ultimate nullifier immediately, which is doable. Put it on a swap character, break it, whatever. And then you have 6 Plunderers. And they all ultimate nullify.
And then, you just play give you Vibranium tokens. Oh, that's actually hilarious. That's a hilarious team. I like that a lot. And because he has a Wakanda keyword, very easy to give with all the Vibranium token stuff.
Wakanda Ruler, too.
Oh,
why
we're upping his damage. Everett Ross. We're upping his damage. He's gonna be an 11 for 5 with Everett Ross, charge close combat expert top dial, with Battle Fury from obviously the unique modifier.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, no, him having this giant gun is a little odd when he's a charge close combat expert super senses piece. So much close base stuff. He does have 4 range, but no running shot, no sidestep top dial. He later goes on to some stealth combat reflexes with a huge 12 precision strike, which is just wild down dial. Which I really
attack
enjoy.
value is somebody who's plundering.
Oh, he do be plundering. So I do really like Plunderer. I think he has really fun effects. And it's just he's hilarious.
While you were
Guy
plundering,
rocks.
I was plundering.
Dang, bro.
All right, Phil Coulson. Not as exciting, but still
Sadly.
pretty dang solid. He's coming in with Avengers, Shield, Squadron Supreme, Politician, and Spy keywords, the Shield team ability, and then an attack special, which he starts on his 40 line, and then he has a damage special on his 60. So the attack special is on loan from Fury's Armory. When Phil Coulson attacks, choose one. This attack deals penetrating damage. Targeted characters can't replace or positively modify their defense. He's a sidestep enhancement piece on that line for 40. I honestly think I prefer his 60 line here because he does have a damage special that says, guess I'm in charge. Leadership Perplex. When Phil Coulson uses Leadership or Mastermind, other friendly characters within range and line of fire are considered adjacent to him. So he's going to be a little tougher to crack, but Perplex and Leadership is always good. TK's fantastic, some Shield TA. Yes, it's 60 points, but in Sealed, things are going to be a little more expensive. So I think this is one that you can justify because he does turn into a reasonable attacker down dial. Like, you can get the value out of both of them at the top dial.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely an argument for 40. I'm just someone who's going to say I prefer 60, especially with the limited amount of TK typically.
If you get some tough attackers in Sealed, I feel like you'd be hurting when you have to play this guy at 40, right? If this guy ends up being one of your attackers, that would be really tough.
That's tough.
Again, like, just because if he has to go that mode, I would have liked to see improved targeting hindering. I know we can't give that to everybody. We can't just totally nerf Wakanda team ability the same set, but it's like there's so much stealth in this set. I do like Phil Coulson, though. I like him at top. I like him at 40. Like, I can see an argument for both. I think he's fine. Like, a sidestep shield enhancement piece who can just give you double damage for range is really nice. So he can just really help you have a cannon, like, at 40 points. So I think that's pretty solid. Or, yeah, of course, Leadership, Perplex, TK. That's gnarly. Achille is next. He is Police and Wakanda for team abilities, Wakanda Police, Soldier, and Warrior keywords. He has a special attack power and a special damage power. The attack power is Vibranium Arsenal. Free, remove any number of Vibranium tokens on your sideline from the game. If you do, choose a friendly character within range for each Vibranium token removed. Those characters can use Penetrating Psychic Blast this turn. Gnarly.
That's good.
Probably good that it is at his 60 point line that he only has the ability to hand that out. His damage power is the ranks must be replenished. This is throughout his 60 line and on his very first click of his 30 point line. Leadership, when Achille uses it and succeeds, you may instead, so this is an instead, so he does not get to remove a token with this use of leadership, which is, ready? A bummer. He may instead generate a 0-11 Hashut Zarazi on its red starting line, so 15-point line. If a 6 was rolled, you may also add 2 Vibranium tokens to your sideline. So now this is cool. This is okay, this is epic. Getting a free, add 2 Vibranium tokens on a leadership 6 is really nice. So I feel like, is this the easiest way I think it's been to add Vibranium? That's not just at the beginning of the game, add 2. I would say so. It is only leadership on a 6, so I'm thinking if you're playing a Wakanda team or, any Vibranium heavy team, I would always put this guy on your team at 30 points, as he's a sidestep TK, Mastermind is so good, leadership. So sidestep TK leadership is so good at 30 points. And yeah, PD, all that stuff. And then if you need a bit of an attacker, because I believe you do choose a friendly character. Yeah, so he can choose himself for his Vibranium Arsenal trait. And then he is a sidestep Pensai, removing Vibranium tokens if you want to do it this way, and also handing out Pensai to other people. Can lead for some big turns. This is just a guy that's, I think, fun to build around either way, just because that Vibranium Arsenal special attack is really fun. Now, obviously, not 300 constructed, necessarily, absolutely not, but just for a fun game to mess around with handing out Pensai to people, I do think this is a really fun uncommon piece, and I do really like Achille at both lines, but obviously 30 is the strong support line that's most obviously good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's so many 60-30 lines. Sorry, total sidebar. There are so many 60-30 lines in this set. Oh my gosh.
And so many 30-point leaderships as well. And even some lower than that. Okoye is up next. Wakanda, martial artist, spy, warrior. It's got one trait, which is Director of the Agents of Wakanda. When establishing theme teams, characters with the spy keyword gain the Wakanda keyword. So bring in those spies. They're coming into Wakanda. All right. An attack ability, which is Vibranium Spear. This rocks. This is so cool. Blades, Claws, Fangs, Precision Strike. Free. Remove up to any 3 Vibranium tokens on your sideline from the game. If you do, Okoye can use Giant Reach X this turn, where X is twice the number of Vibranium tokens removed. So you can just make her a 6 Giant Reach, which is, I think that's pretty fun. She also has a damage special, and this is on both lines, which is Show Me You're Ready. Leadership. When Okoye uses Leadership and succeeds, you may instead generate a 0-12 Dora Milaje on its red starting line, so that's an Empower. If a 6 was rolled, you may also add 2 Vibranium tokens to your sideline, so similar thing going on here. At 30 points, she is a charge 6, 11 attack with a special, 18 senses, and 3 damage with the special as well. So a solid attacker. She also ignores characters on movement, and she's a leadership for Wakanda Martial Artist, Spy, and Warrior. I really like this piece. I think it's really, really solid. Like, this is a good attacker. Somebody who situationally can probably catch somebody off guard with like a massive 9 swing with the Giant Reach 6, 3 charge. So yeah, at 30 points all day.
Yeah.
I think I'll play 2 of her at 30 before I touch 60, because Super Senses is, I think, considerably better than Combat Reflexes for the most part. And yeah, just having access to that leadership. There is so much leadership.
Next up, we have Ramonda, Wakanda Politician Ruler keywords. She, of course, has the Wakanda team ability. She's got a few traits here. So first one up is Vibranium Stockpile. Beginning the game, add 2 Vibranium tokens to your sideline. I think maybe now this is the cheapest way. Either way, really strong. 30 point, just straight up, here's 2 Vibranium tokens. Second trait, we are stronger in Wakanda. Unique modifier, friendly characters with the Wakanda keyword, modify defense +1 if they are within 7 squares of your starting area. So the closer you are to home base, the better your defense is. Pretty simple. They're stronger in their home field advantage. Makes sense. Her damage power, she has her entire 3-click long dial is Queen Mother. Support. Support is free, but only if there are 2 or more Vibranium tokens on your sideline. Super strong. So she wants you, quite literally for her Vibranium stockpile trait, she wants you to stockpile Vibranium. So Ramonda always wants you to keep 2 pieces of Vibranium in the tank at all times in order to like get the support is free, which means you don't just want to go spending it, handing it out willy-nilly. I think this is a very interesting way when you introduce a mechanic that's like all about spending this resource.
I have so much Vibranium debt.
And now it's
my sideline is ruined.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so it's very simple, a very fun piece. It's a sidestep support with a great 18 defend, which I really
The
do like.
Vibankium
No!
said I would never get my loan.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, Ian. I can't.
What?
I can't. What? What do you mean, what?
I'm talking simple economic hardship right now.
Oh my gosh.
The Vibankium. Oh, it's so dumb.
Going to the Vibankium to secure a loan.
See my Vibranium loan.
Vibranium loan.
Oh, right.
No, you just don't have 2 or more Vibranium. You
Ramonda,
can't use support. I like this. This is a great piece.
I don't know. I'm not like it's fine. It's good. Like I've heard people talking about this piece though. Like she's way better than she is. So maybe I'm
I think
missing
she's a
something.
very solid 30 points. Like she always has
Is this
support
like
as
a
free.
modern-
But like, okay, so let's say
Is
if
this
you
a
just
modern play call?
I could see it. So she automatically gives you 2 Vibranium tokens. You never have to spend those if you don't want to, right? So she just always has support as free. That's good. She's a sidestep 18 defend. That's good.
I mean,
No?
I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's as good as people think
Okay,
it is.
tough keywords. Yeah, Wakanda Politician Ruler. Those suck. But like, she's
I just
good.
She's good.
She's a support as free for everybody
I'm not
and everything.
saying she's not good.
Dr.
here.
Frankenstein was 35 points. Support is free only for monster. I get it. Different era. I understand. But like, she's just a support is free with sidestep and 18
Yeah,
defend.
Knuckles was 10 points.
Stop. He did nothing.
Or 8.
He did nothing, Ian.
I mean, are you trying to make me leave this?
He has no abilities. He has
No
horrible
abilities.
stats. What do you mean? Knuckles
Unreal.
does nothing.
Unreal.
I think
Unreal.
Ramonda is very solid.
I think-
I absolutely see you can play her in like 300 modern. 100%. She's a support as free with sidestep, 18 defend.
I don't know.
How many
I'll
times do I have
believe
to
it when I
say these
see it.
all good things?
Yeah, I mean, you can keep talking.
I will keep saying these because they're just
You keep
straight
saying
up
the
good.
stat lines,
And
I'm
she
not
also
saying
just
it's
gives
bad.
herself a +1 defense
I
as long
don't
as
think
she's not
it's
away.
as good. Like people are high.
I'm
on
not
Ramonda.
saying this is the most meta support in the world. I'm just saying it's very
Yeah, I know.
strong.
I'm not attacking for that either. Very strong. I don't know. It's good. +1 defense is good. That's the main thing I'm seeing. Support is free.
I don't think that should be the main thing. 'Cause it's only with Wakanda keyword.
I feel like that's what you'd probably do it with, though. I don't know.
I don't know if you're playing a 300 modern.
Getting
Wakanda
Vibranium
team.
is easy enough because you can just again abuse the
Right.
the
I don't care that she gives 2 Vibranium, except for the fact that it just lets her have support as free. That's the only reason I like her with the whole Vibranium thing.
Support is free for 30 points. That's like what's driving you here.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean that's
And
good.
just a
But
sidestep support as free.
30 points,
So she
I
can
don't
support and support as free in one turn if you want to use your action for that.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's good.
I'm not saying it's not good.
Okay, I feel like
saying
I'm
people are
taking
high.
crazy pills because that is just straight up good, and it's always been
People are
useful.
too high on her. I feel like.
Historically, it's always been so useful. I'm not even
Support?
support is free. Support is free. Yes.
Dude, support wasn't a power for 10 years.
No, but
You want to know what the game used to be called? Let me walk you down memory lane.
Yeah, please.
I'm going to pulse wave you for 9 damage. Oh, yeah, go ahead and support that dead body. Why don't
okay.
you? Anyway.
In
let's
recent
move on.
years, free healing has been so good. You cannot tell me that has not been a staple of the meta in these past 7 years.
I'm not saying that. The only thing I'm saying here.
I'm not even that high on her.
I know.
can just see it.
I'm saying I think other people are too high on here, and I will wait to see it. That is it.
Okay.
Too much Ramonda time.
That was absolutely
Sure,
too much Ramona
next.
talk.
We've got Wakanda, ruler,
Jeez.
scientist, warrior. Vibranium isotopes as a trait, power, add a vibranium token to your sideline. And then an attack special, which is Wakandan engineering, telekinesis, free, remove any one vibranium token from your sideline. If you do, choose an adjacent unequipped friendly character. Generate a vibranium armor or vibranium weapon equipment token and equip it to that character. Oh, I just realized you can't stack because it says an adjacent unequipped friendly character.
Oh.
So with somebody with Elsa Prime, you can't just load her up a ton.
Oh, that is a
you
bummer.
still can.
Dang.
It just is way more convoluted.
Yeah.
Sidestep
not as
TK
easy.
Perplex for 30 points though. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I like that. Handing out some +1 attack, +1 defense, what have you. I like that. That's good. I like this more than
It's
I like
good.
Ramonda.
No, I really
I do.
think Ramonda has more uses, more general uses.
She might. She very well might.
personally. But I think, yes, I do like Shuri. I do really like Shuri a lot. Making these equipment is really cool. Obviously, sidestep PK Perplex. She's awesome. Shuri rules. Thor. We're into the rares, ladies and gentlemen. Thor has the Divine Favor trait, which we saw in Hercules, which is really
And
cool.
the nice marble base to
He also does have a nice little marble base. Thor is an Avenger, of course. He's Asgardian Avengers, God Squad, Deity, Ruler, and Warrior. His second trait is Fight Alongside the Gods. When establishing themed teams, choose a friendly character with the Avengers keyword to gain the Deity keyword. That character can use the Divine Favor trait this game. Friendly characters with the Deity keyword have Avengers, which is also just straight up really good. So I always love the team ability sharing. Now all deities just get the Avengers team ability. I think that's insanely good. I think that's really strong. I think Thor in Sealed, you absolutely play this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Play him at 100, right?
All day.
This guy rocks. The running shot, pen sight, invulnerability,
Oh,
range
wait.
combat expert, but he doesn't ignore hindering terrain for line of fire. As soon as you said that, it hit my brain as well. Dang it, Thor. You have lightning from the sky from a magic hammer. You don't ignore hindering terrain.
Wow.
Black Panther's hiding in a bush. You cannot see him. Nice.
Yeah.
Or Thor is a 60-point charge, super strength, battle fury, and then
I'm
has
still playing him at
invulnerability.
100.
He might have one of the most wild last 3 clicks I've seen on a character in years. He has a hypersonic speed, energy explosion, toughness, support. Is that
Yeah, it's
support or
support.
exploit?
It's
It's
support.
support. What is this? That is so funny. But I dig it. I really like this Thor. He feels unique. He also just kind of feels like a standard Thor
feels
at the
good.
same time. But he hands out, he does some really cool team building stuff. Anything that makes me go, yeah, I get to hand out a team ability to a certain keyword, so I want to lean that way. But also he can choose a friendly Avenger keyword to gain divine, the 2 biggest keywords that you would play with Thor, right? Really probably Avenger and Asgardian. But Avengers and Deity, it makes you kind of play him in a different, fun way. So I really enjoy it. I really like this version of Thor. I think he's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a solid, Power Man. Just a beef
exactly.
dial. War Machine, another rare here. I won't lie to you guys. This one is a bit disappointing for me. I'm not huge on this War Machine. Avengers TA, Avengers Initiative. Initiative is just a standalone keyword. Okay.
Forgot
Shield,
about Initiative, yeah.
Stark Industries, Armor, Soldier, and Warrior. He's got the crew trait, so he does get the willpower, the +1 defense, free healing. He also has a trait which is overwhelming firepower, energy explosion. At the beginning of your turn, roll a d6 and modify the resulting combat values by +1 this turn. So 1 or 2 is attack, 3 or 4 is damage, 5 and 6 is attack and damage. He's an 8, 11, 18, 3, so he could be a 12 for 4 if you really roll, but more than likely a 12 for 3 or an 11 for 4. He's triple target, 5 range, he's a flyer, 7 clicks of life, 125 points. And
Yeah.
we'll get into the next part of it here soon, but I mean, I look at this dial and I'm just, there's just nothing doing it for me here, Calder. It's just a classically overcosted War Machine dial to me.
War Machine in the past has been just, like you said, classically
He
overcosted.
just kind of gets shafted for some reason.
For some reason, why. I mean, he's always like a running shot, good reducer piece, no matter what. Like, that's really consistent with War Machine versus his pal Iron Man, who sometimes just does not have armor for some reason. So I always at least appreciate that on War Machine. They love War Machines in this 100 to 125 range, like to 160-ish range.
Honestly, if this dial was like 75, I would still kind of be like,
really?
75 or 80, I think would probably be appropriate. To cost him at here, but 125 is like,
it's tough.
This is a different game.
It's a really tough. I would like to see a 12 attack or RCE top dial versus Perplex. I would have preferred.
Why
like
does
a
he
traded
get so
Perplex.
weak down the dial? He's a 10 for 2 on click 5.
War Machine never needs to be a 2 damage. He has a minigun on his shoulder. He has missiles.
He's so cool.
He is so cool. Like, that thing is like literally War Machine is literally so sick because he has these huge, massive guns on. Like, that's what makes him cooler than Iron Man.
And
He's
then
a
the
9
last
for
click,
1 change.
Dude,
like, he already has this like roadie click. I honestly don't like this. I really don't care for this roadie click.
So very quickly, he is a 2-9-16-1 with sidestep, precision strike, toughness, and then the damage special. 30 points for that, just the standalone click. Roadie on the radio. Rodeo on the radio. Perplex, probability control. When War Machine uses either, he can only target friendly characters that share a keyword with him, and if he's part of a theme team, may use them regardless of range line of fire. So he doesn't just have Perplex or probability control. They have to share a keyword. I will never pay 30 points for that.
So I would have loved to pay 25 or 20 points for this because I love the soldier keyword. I love the Avengers and Shield keywords, obviously, right? And this is a great ability to have on those teams. This map-wide, like, Perplex and Prob on all your friendly characters that share a keyword with them. But for 30 points...
in the small map era,
to have
where
him
it's
try
like,
to hide in your
he's
starting area, he is just going to die. He's
die.
just such an easy 30 points to just get KO'd.
So this is like...
and like, why even give him precision strike on that click?
No shield TA either. Like,
no shield is tough.
This War Machine is just, I mean, it's one of the biggest bummers in the set for me, and I have to be honest about that.
No,
I mean,
absolutely.
not everything can be a winner.
War Machine just gets done
this is just
dirty
not
so
a winner.
many times.
Yeah, that's what makes it suck.
That's the worst,
Is you see it again, and you're just like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And
it hurts.
This next figure, I think, largely redeems it. It's okay.
Oh, this rocks.
Because it's like, oh, my favorite mechanic on one of, like, not one of my favorite characters, but I like War Machine.
I would say War Machine's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
I think he rocks. Like,
I love seeing him, but I don't like... It's not like a character I'm, like, invested in.
Do I know, like,
necessarily.
the depth of what makes Rhodey be a hero? Or, like, no. But do I like just...
I love seeing
sick
him.
armor War Machine doing sick stuff?
It's like going to an action movie. It's just like,
Yeah, War Machine is just Top Gun Maverick as a person. You know what I mean?
Not necessarily, but I'll watch an action movie and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's what.
Colonel James Rhodes clocking at 80 points is our first prime of the set. He has the Shield team ability. He's Shield Stark Industries, Armor, Politician, and Soldier. His first trait, Remote Drone Piloting. During force construction, you may add 5 points to Colonel James Rhodes' cost up to 6 times. For each time you choose to do so, add a War Machine drone bystander to your starting force. / leadership. When Colonel James Rhodes uses it and succeeds, after resolutions, generate a War Machine drone bystander, max 6. So we kind of talked about this a few weeks ago when we were talking about some of our favorite figures, but I absolutely love this ability, and we'll get into the War Machine drone really quickly before we move on to anything else. But I do think if you want to like max out these drones, you probably do just play 5 and let War Machine be sitting around, what is that, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Yeah, so I would just have him like sit around that like 120-ish point range, right? 125, not 130, and just kind of let him just make and generate a bystander eventually, right? The drone itself is a sidestep energy explosion toughness piece with shield and flight and 4 range. So he's 6'11", 17'3", super solid stats, and
they're
just
all
awesome
bumping
for
each other's
drone.
range. This is the best part of him. The
All bumping
bystanders
everybody's
are
range.
sick. They're flyer, sidestep, you're kidding.
Yeah, they absolutely rule. I love the War Machine drones. They're bumping his range, making him an 8. They could, again, use like Shield TA, making him like a 12 for 6, which is really awesome. They're just really cool, and I love seeing the bystanders, and they're a ton of fun.
Carry each other, sidestep each other, sidestep each other.
Sidestep, yep.
Blast.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a sweet prime. Definitely one I'm playing with.
100%.
Oh, no, absolutely.
And then I'm going to go, ooh, this feels too much like Scarab, and then I might stop.
Yeah, that's fair. And you don't have to play him that way if you don't want to. You don't have to use Helicarrier Bombardment. You can just, like, if you don't want to play him a Scarab style,
Hellfire drones right here, baby.
It does rock. He has improved targeting, ignores elevated and hindering, so we love to see that ignores hindering, especially in this set. He's 5 range, triple target, which is awesome. Full dial of running shot. He has a special attack, special defense power for his first 4 clicks, and then on his last 3, he goes into a Pulse Wave RCE. So he'll be an 11 for 4, shooting at you straight up, or an 11 Pulse Wave, targeting people. Helicarrier Bombardment is a special attack power, penetrating Psychic Blast, and then it gives him / power for each War Machine drone bystander. Choose an opposing character within range and line of fire of that bystander. Make a range attack that targets the chosen character regardless of range and line of fire. Hit characters are dealt 2 damage instead of normal damage. Still penetrating Psychic Blast, which is super nice. But yeah, this kind of rules. He is shooting through his drones, and again, they can just so easily sidestep and move up. And so he just does a little sit in the back power action blast through him, which is pretty dang gnarly. But again, yeah, if you get tired of playing the Scarab way, you can still just have him be a little more proactive, running, shotting, and like just being up in the thick of it.
It's a very
right?
Burger King War Machine. You can have it your
What?
way.
Oh, like, what do you mean? You can have it your way. Yes, you can play him however you want, which is super nice. And then his defense power, dodging shells, gives him ESD, invincible super senses, and this defense power is protected outwit. I always like this. I always think War Machine, especially more than Iron Man, needs to have like the better defense of the two, especially War Machine has always been like, he's a pilot, right? He's in the Air Force, so he's like a pilot and everything, and he's always more so like dodging, catching bogeys, strays, whatever. So I think War Machine is just the better like
he's
actual
pilot.
Yeah, he's the bodyguard. I feel like he should have a beefy defense and like beefier attacks and stuff, and then Iron Man should do like all the little funky little things, right? So I love this War Machine. This feels like a War Machine to me.
He's a glass cannon.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the
Exactly. That is how Tony is. Yeah. So War Machine plays it more safe and then just hits you hard. And I really like this style of War Machine. He's 80 points. And then, of course, you can add 5 for each of those bystanders that you want to start the game with. I'm leaning toward like starting the game with 3 and then seeing what the leaderships roll out. Like, I pay 95 points for this War Machine.
Yeah, just getting 3 shield TAs. Like, there's so many things
good.
that you can build around with for that. You know, there's so many ways to take advantage of shield TA. It's one of the most fun team abilities in the game. And so, if this is Burger King War Machine, have it your way, the other War Machine would probably be...
Oh, dude, that's like In-N-Out. You only get this burger, and like that's it. Very simple.
But In-N-Out is good.
In-N-Out is good. Oh, I don't know. Runza, place I personally hate. I can't stand Runza. It's an Omaha local.
It's good, but it's not like that good. But the thing is, people in Omaha will also tell you it's not that good.
No, some people go nuts for Runza.
Those people are strange.
They are strange. I agree. I don't know.
You can have onion rings and fries?
I don't know. This is like, I don't know. What is the first War Machine? Just McDonald's War Machine with like a worker that hates you? Like a worker that hates you. So they get your order wrong on purpose. You know, you go through the drive-thru and you're like, it's not what I ordered. Just like, oh, I thought I could have it my way. It's quite the opposite. You're barely getting what you want at McDonald's. Open your eyes.
You're in the nightmarish territory of
nobody. You are in a McDonald's, so you're already in a nightmare.
Oh, man. Following up, we got a rare Queen Storm with Wakanda and X-Men team abilities. Wakanda X-Men Deity Ruler for keywords. Queen of Wakanda as a trait. Empower leadership. Love that. When Queen Storm uses either, if a friendly 033 Black Panther is on the map, other friendly characters with the Wakanda keyword are considered adjacent to her. So just a global empower, global leadership. Yeah, down with that. That's really good. The Wedding of the Century as another trait. At the beginning of the game, choose another friendly character that shares a keyword with Queen Storm. At the beginning of your turn, if the chosen character is on the map, heal Queen Storm 1 click. So you can kind of pick who she's marrying, I guess.
As you should be able to.
Maybe it's just a wedding invitation.
Oh, okay.
Who knows? But she does, Kalder, have improved targeting hindering.
We'd love to see it.
She's a running shot prob piece on both dials. What differs is top dial, you're getting 3 more clicks for 75 as opposed to 50. You get energy explosion instead of precision strike. And here, like 75 points, you get a 9-click dial.
I really like that.
One more time, go back to War Machine. We get 9 clicks on Queen Storm. We get 7, and one of them is a dud click on War Machine. This is a suit of armor. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be done kicking this dead horse, beating the dead horse.
Bro, he's
whatever
already
to say.
dead. Bro, stop.
He's already
Machine's
dead.
already dead.
He was dead the second saw the dial. Sorry.
Yeah.
But this,
Which is tough.
this is a really solid figure.
This is also a classic case of like the normal War Machine is bad, but the Prime is amazing.
Yeah.
Like actually, like he's also fallen into that. This is the third time now where it's like the War.
Yeah.
Well, at least the Captain America normal
He
War
was
Machine
solid.
was like solid.
He was
yeah.
sick. The lock
Prime's so much
targeting,
better. Oh, yeah,
but the
the
Prime
target
was
token
just
was awesome.
so much
So
more
much better.
sick that it's like you
But yeah,
forget
like
about him.
Invincible Iron Man War Machine, where it's like the normal one is like, dude, this guy sucks, and then like the Prime is like, dang, he balls.
Yeah, it's
you
like
know?
this is LeBron James.
It's yeah. So wow,
Yeah, Queen Storm.
we had to run back
Excellent
really quick,
sealed
stomp
pull.
on War Machine, and then back to.
They were done stomping on him.
And now, I guess what was this guy? Who would this guy be? Husband of the century, Black Panther here for the wedding of the century. What a guy! Avengers Wakanda ruler, Avengers Wakanda team ability. He also has King of Wakanda enhancement leadership. When Black Panther uses either, if friendly character 032 Queen Storm is on the map, other friendly characters with the Wakanda keyword are considered adjacent to him. So that's pretty cool. A little global enhancement, global leadership if you're playing with Storm. He also has the wedding of the century ability. So at the beginning of the game, choose another friendly character that shares a keyword Black Panther, and at the beginning of your turn, if the chosen character is on the map, you heal him one click. Pretty simple. He's also just 9-click long piece. They're very much meant to go together, which is
If
beautiful.
they choose the same person,
Yeah.
a little Wakandan polygamy going on here, triple three-way marriage.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Why not?
He ignores elevated terrain for movement. I love him at 75 because he's this charge, 11 attack, 19 defense, 3 damage, outwit. Really, really like that. Or you can lose a little bit of speed and then lose 2 on defense for 50 points. So it's to me, it's substantial enough that I would prefer to play him at 75.
I'm at 75
because I
on
want
this
that
one.
19 defense. The 17 just hurts to see on you, on you T'Challa. And then he's probably going to be a 12 attack if he's picking targets right. I would have liked to see a big ol' 4 damage on him, but maybe Everett K. Ross is hanging around. He can perplex up T'Challa
Yeah,
here
there
to
you
4,
go.
which would be pretty nice. So
Well, you get the
I love him.
empower from Storm.
Oh, that's
Who's a
right. He does
4.
get the empower from Storm, so that is super nice.
And then she's bumping, or he's bumping Storm up to a 4.
that is also true. They do just truly work hand in hand. Mad
and
Witch-
they sculpt.
Mad
hand
Witch is,
in
and
hand.
it is, yeah, the sculpt is hand in hand.
All right. Probably my favorite piece in the set. I think
Oh, did you want to talk about him? I'm kidding.
I think I think this is up there for favorite piece in the set. I really like this one. I think the design on it is great. Secret Identity is a lot of fun. Great sculpt. It's a rare. I mean, I hope this guy sees some play in pulp. We have Spider-Man, who is Avengers, Champions, Shield, Spider-Man family, and celebrity. He's got a trait which is camouflage, invisibility, stealth, opposing lines of fire can't be drawn to Spider-Man if he is occupying or adjacent to a non-debris terrain marker. Really like that. Stops things like Mern from shooting at you. And, I mean, just in general, like, you're just not shooting him. He also has an attack special, which is Bioelectric Venom Blast. Precision Strike. When Spider-Man hits, after resolutions, give each hit character an attack or an action token. Triple target with 4 range. That's fantastic. Defense powers, Spidey senses tingling, combat reflexes, super senses. He ignores characters and elevated on movement. Comes in at 75, which I do like. I'm playing at 75. Or 40. Also really like the 40 line. Or he comes in on the Secret Identity line, which is just nasty too. But he's a hypersonic 712, 17-3 with both those specials and outwit. Like, you're just triple tokening people. You're precision striking, so you're dealing at least 1 to everything you hit. Or if you want to play him at 40, that's just fine too. Again, triple target. Hit 3 things, token him up. He's a 12 for 3 because of the close combat expert. He's got 50-50 senses because of the TA. It's just good. It's I really like the options you have here where if you want a pretty basic low point bruiser, you can have that. If you want a more, I guess, like true to the Miles Spider-Man, you can also play that as well. So, yeah, one of my favorite pieces in the set, if not my favorite. I just really get down with this Spider-Man. Nothing super crazy going on, but enough to be like, this is a good character. This is good. This is quality Spider-Man.
Absolutely. Next up is Venom. The little 2 M's. Old Horatio Walters here is 40 points. He has the Wakanda team ability Hydra Wakanda Animal Assassin, Mystical, and Scientist keywords. I would have liked to see some Hydra team ability on him since he has a Hydra keyword, but that's okay. He has a trait Poison Expert. Poison. Safeguard. Poison. When Venom uses poison, he deals penetrating damage. Solid. I love a little pen poison. That's great. He is a plasticity piece. And so he has a trait called Snake Charmer, Mind Control, but only to target a bystander and characters with the animal keyword. Power, generate a Viper bystander, max 3. If Venom damaged an opposing character this turn, this trait's power is activated as free. So get him into the thick of it, making sure he's like pen poisoning people or something like that, and then he can just free generate these Viper bystanders. He is, of course, a Plasticity, Blades, Peace, Toughness with Leadership top dial, instantly goes on to 2 clicks of Empower, and then his last 2 clicks, he's a Flurry Blades, Super Senses, Exploit Piece for 40 points, which I do quite like. The Vipers are basically his top dial. They're not too terribly different. They have Plasticity, Poison, Super Senses. They're 6'10", 17-2, and they have the Tiny Size ability. Venom's just like a fun little quirky random villain character. It's kind of fun to get like weird offshoot, strange characters like this in the set. So I'm pretty cool having Venom. He is, I guess, not a member of the Serpent Society. It would have been cool. I feel like all snake people in Marvel should be, but why put him in a hole, I guess? Well, whatever Marvel heads were thinking, I guess. Totally fine, but I do enjoy Venom. I think he's kind of fun. If you're a poison person, he also has, I forgot, he kind of has mind control too. I would have liked to see some sidestep on him, but he's kind of put him all the way up in the front. Hopefully he just doesn't die before he gets to do anything cool. Is basically where I'm at with Venom.
Maybe it's like that in the trailer for Venom, the Eminem song.
Yeah.
Venom.
That's what it's a double M.
Yeah, there we go.
That's exactly it.
And of course, we have Ares, definitely one of the signature rares in the set, coming in with Avengers, Dark Avengers, Armor, Deity, Past, Soldier, and Warrior keywords. Honestly, a really solid selection of keywords on it, but that doesn't really matter because you're probably playing him for his sideline effect, which we'll get into in a moment. But just kicking things off, he's 55 points, has the Divine Favor trait, which we've gone over at this point, and he's honestly a really solid 55 points. Like, coming in at 8, 11, 18, 3 with the Close Combat Expert, so 12 for 4. He's got Blades down his entire dial, switches to Shape Change towards the end. 7 clicks of life, like this is a pretty stout 55 points. But again, you want to know what's better than 55 points, Calder?
What's that?
Is 0 points.
0 points? No way.
And I actually just learned about a very cool way to kind of use and abuse this one, so we'll go over that too because it's fun. So he's got From Olympus, Ares' Armory. Now that is some alliteration
Ares'
right
Armory,
there.
yeah.
Sideline active. Once per game, when a friendly character that can use Blades, Claws, Fangs makes a close attack, they may target all adjacent opposing characters with that attack. If they do, they must use Blades, Claws, Fangs for that attack, and they roll a separate d6 for each hit character. So, lots of Blades. Big time Blades roll. When they do, if Ares is on the map, the minimum result is instead the character's printed damage value +1. So we've seen that with things like Genesis. I think there was like a tarot card that maybe did... No, it wasn't a tarot. We've seen this effect before.
But yeah, we've seen it before.
So, Penguin from Notorious, our old buddy, can hand out blades to anyone.
That's true. That is right.
There's a good old thing called the Jefferson Bomb.
Hey, all right. Okay.
So why not hand out blades to Flash Raptor?
Oh!
Who can now just potentially triple, quadruple, however many people just
so good.
Blades nuke somebody. And then you also get the Precision Strike Quake.
No, that's sick.
It's actually really cool.
Really sick.
So if you're thinking wow, this character can hit a lot of people
really easily. It is still all adjacent,
easily.
So you can't use your Giant Reach 3 with it, I guess.
Well, is it adjacent to them or adjacent to the...
They may target all adjacent opposing characters with an attack. I guess they're
He's
considered adjacent, yeah.
He's a 2x2.
But he also just has, true.
So 3x6 Galactus, give him blades, poof across the map.
Oh my gosh. That would be
As many
gnarly.
people as possible, and then just crit miss the
That
attack.
actually would be hilarious. Oh my gosh, I like this. No, I really like this Ares a lot. It's weird that he's so low. I do wish he had some kind of running shot line to show off that Marvel Ares is kind of like a real God of War, uses guns and stuff. But this is just very much
real God of War,
very much an axe Ares.
Real.
Yeah, you saw I slipped that in there, huh? Yeah. All kinds of war in all its forms, Ian. I do just love Marvel Ares though a lot. I think it's just a really solid point for point dial. I'll have fun playing this dial with him on the
War
map.
Ares.
This is
all talk.
Cold War Ares.
Talk, dude.
He looks so sick, dude. Come on. Anyways, I like this Ares.
He's probably the second coolest Ares I've seen. I agree with you on that.
Nah, dude, nah.
Definitely agree with that.
How dare you, man? No, I do really like this Ares. The dial just feels a little low for Ares God of War. I would have liked to see 100-point line with a running shot heavy
strange.
top. A running shot RCE Precision Strike kind of top dial.
Even just like a 100-point beat stick, I'd be...
Yeah, just a 100-point beat stick. I just feel like, again, he's Ares. He's the god of war. Like, Thor has a 100-point line. Hercules has a 100-point line. Ares doesn't? Come on.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel about it. But I still love his dial for the points it is, and I love that ability. I mean, it's an awesome sideline active to add to your repertoire of, like, just sideline active
Love seeing that on rares, too. Like, lower rarity...
Yeah.
High impact sideline effects. Like, they don't have to be chases, and this is, I think, a great representation that they don't.
Yeah.
This is
absolutely.
a rare that it's like, if you get a couple extra, it'll probably be worth something. So
I think so. I think it adds just great value to the Kerr overall.
anytime you're looking at Ares and you're thinking, oh, this character would work well with it. Oh, they don't have blades. Penguin.
That's true. Actually,
Or
it's really
any
sick.
sword.
Every sword gives out
broadsword
blades.
construct gives
Broadsword
blades.
does give blades, yeah. So every sword gives out blades. Next up, the Midnight Angel. Wakanda team ability, Wakanda armor, assassin, spy, and warrior. They also have a sideline active trait called Cutting Edge Armor. Friendly characters with the Wakanda keyword have free. Remove any 4 Vibranium tokens from your sideline. If you do, replace this character with a 037A Midnight Angel on click number 1. So any character, so you can have like a little 15-point Wakandan scientist can get upgraded to a Midnight Angel, which is kind of cool.
Drip them out.
They are a sidestep, precision strike, and power for their first 3 clicks with special defense their entire dial, and then they drop their empower and their precision strike on just clicks 4 and 5 to get Quake and Close Combat Expert. It's kind of interesting. And their special defense is Vibranium Design, which gives them combat reflexes and invulnerability the entire dial. Pretty cool, susceptible to outwit. A sidestep and power, precision strike, very solid. A flight, okay. Just short range, not really great movement, but they can come in for free, which is a
flight
really
sidestep
cute
is
idea.
nice.
Yeah, flight sidestep is always nice. But for 50 points, not in love with this piece, but they have the cutting edge armor trait is really cute, and I do like the idea of just...
I think there's definitely
if I have
something
Vibranium to
there.
burn, it's pretty fun.
There's something there.
Yeah.
I don't know how
You can also
good it
instantly,
is.
with the amount of people that just say start the game with 2 Vibranium, you can instantly just make your 15-point Wakandan scientist a Midnight Angel right away if you want to.
You could get over the build total
Yeah, pretty
quickly
easily.
with these guys. This is a prime that I'm surprised we haven't seen more discussion on. Maybe it's the keyword selection limiting that. But then again, like non-theme is, I think, doing just fine. She does die pretty easily too, I'll give her that. But this trait, I feel like, is just really good. I know we had a tarot card that had the same effect. Like, why not just have it all the time, though?
Yeah.
So we're talking about Tila. She is Wakanda armor, assassin, spy, warrior. She has a trait which is specialized force. This is the one I'm referencing here. When a friendly character uses sidestep, so including herself, they instead may move up to 3 squares. 50% additional value on sidestep, and that's not all, folks. She also has assassinating doom, which, come on, that ain't happening, sorry. Free, choose an opposing character that healed since your last turn. Place Tila such that she may make a close attack targeting that character, then do so. So, she's a retail as well. Not the strongest retail, I'll give you that, but free attacks, free placement, both pretty solid. She's also a leadership, which I think actually is like kind of minimal value at this point because I feel like half the figures we've talked about so far are leadership pieces at lower prices.
Insane amount of them, yeah.
And so it's other friendly characters with the Wakanda or Assassin keywords within range modify attack and defense +1. For range, not anything that's going to blow you out of the water, but it is within range, and there's a lot of shield in the set too, so you can easily make that a 7. So stat modification, leadership, bumping up your just general mobility, everything has sidestep. Comes in at 75, you're probably not doing that. At 50, 4 clicks with just toughness. I get it. She can just die. But I do think, like, there's enough here to where this is, like, a piece that I think you could get some serious value out of. I mean, just with, like those War Machine drones, I know he's a prime, so it's a bad example. But all of those things have sidestep, so just abusing that over and over.
Yeah.
So anything with sidestep carry, it's like now you're doing that twice. You're getting essentially an additional
playing
sidestep.
with all like the chips and everything.
Yeah.
Triple sidestep. Ooh.
So for maybe like a drop-off team, and then again, there's that retail when they heal, so she can come up and play. I think there is potential that this can work into like a drop ship team potentially.
Yeah.
And that's why I like her. Like, you cannot discount how good sidestep is.
M'Baku here is clocking in at 70 or 50 points. He's Wakanda, Brute, Ruler, and Warrior. He has a trait, Out of the Mountains. Yeah, that's right. Leadership. Power. If no characters have been placed this turn, choose an opposing character that damaged a friendly character with a Wakanda keyword since your last turn. Place M'Baku such that he can make an attack targeting the chosen character and then do so. So he is a little colossal retaliation M'Baku here, which is pretty cool. He's coming out of the mountains.
deck.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, man. Now you've ruined it for me. He's a Snap
He's
reference.
a Marvel snapper.
He's a Marvel Snap reference. M'Baku is just a Snap reference. That's hilarious. M'Baku's Might is his special attack power that he has on clicks 1 through 6. He's an 8-click dial. Precision Strike and Quake, which again, I'm starting to really love Precision Strike and Quake, so it's pretty dang solid. He gets to make an attack targeting the chosen character, so you can do Quake close. Yeah, it's target character, so yeah, that'd be pretty cool. He ignores elevated and characters, so he's walking out of the mountains on his own anyways, either slowly by himself or getting placed, doing his little power action retaliation, which is pretty cool. M'Baku is just a charge with that special and vulnerability his entire dial, close combat expert his entire dial, and then on his last 2 clicks he drops the special and charge and he gets sidestep with just standard Quake. Pretty simple piece. If you want to throw him on a Wakanda team, I would probably say, yeah, for 50 points, go ahead, throw on M'Baku on your little fun little Wakanda
don't
team.
discount Precision Strike Quake. It's a crazy good power combo.
I do like him at 70 in sealed. I think for 20 more points, that extra 3 clicks of life, the +1 to attack and damage, the +1 to defense is pretty solid. So I do think he'll be a fine sealed piece if he's your rare.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I think top dial is the way to go there. Next up, how could you have a Black Panther set without this guy?
Yeah,
in his classic attire.
He looks
the
hilarious.
Vanisher.
Dude. He's really giving Zarko Tomorrow Man vibes with the bald and the green and stuff. Yeah.
I'm not Tomorrow Man. I'm Tomorrow Man.
Vanish.
Oh, I don't know.
Vanish, dude.
Vanish. Vanish that comment. That was so dumb. Brotherhood of Mutants, Hellfire Club, Marauders, Sword, X Factor, and X Force. Into Thin Air is his move special, which is phasing, teleport, and then Passenger 2. When Vanisher is given a move action, until your next turn, opposing characters can't target him unless they're adjacent to him. He also has a defense special, which is Disrupted by Vibranium. Super Senses. If no opponents have Vibranium tokens on their sideline, Vanisher can use combat reflexes. So in a battle royale, you will never get that.
No, you'll never get that in a BR. Probably totally very fine. Rare and sealed, but in like normal constructed, probably just going to have combat reflexes.
But an 11 move phase where you can carry 2 and he's an outwit, I mean, this is a standout for Pulp. There's no question about that in my mind. At 25, that's fantastic. Keywords make me think probably not anything themed for Modern or Pulp for that matter, but I do think that there is potential for this figure. Like, I mean, just moving 11 with phasing is really good. Dropping some stuff off and then having the utility of an outwit.
Yeah.
It's solid.
All this for 25 points is really good. He's really, really, really good. Ironheart clocking in at 115 or 30. She is a wild card. She has Champions, Latveria, Stark Industries, Wakanda, Armor, and Scientist. She has 2 traits. First one is Scan for Targets, Perplex. When Ironheart uses it to target a friendly character, that character can use Improved Targeting Hindering until your next turn. Super necessary. Wow. Okay, awesome.
There you go.
Now we got someone that hands out. Beautiful. So yeah, now everybody that we said, if only they had Improved Targeting Hindering in sealed, now if you just pull Ironheart, forget that we even said that, because this rules, actually. Her second trait is Natalie. Free if Ironheart has 2 action tokens.
Kevin's girlfriend?
Make an attack. It certainly might be.
N.A.T.A.
Actually, is really funny. Yeah, Kevin and Natalie. Yeah. So yeah, free if she has 2 action tokens, make an attack. Shout out Punisher War Machine. Love to see it. Love to see it. So yeah, like that's just really good. Double up action tokens, make an attack. And then she has Micro Impact Precision Missiles. Penetrating is a special attack power on click 5, so the top of her 30-point line, and then her first 2 clicks of her 115-point line. Penetrating Psychic Blast, Precision Strike. Range, Quadruple Bolt. Make a range attack. Instead of normal damage, hit targets are dealt 1 damage and given an action token. So very good again with Penetrating Psychic Blast and Precision Strike. It'll get past whatever to always give them 1 damage and then give them an action token. Just a triple in cap, little 1 damage ping is really good. There was an old Black Lightning. Quadruple, which is pretty gnarly. And if you don't want to necessarily do that, she does just still have double target and a printed 4 damage top dial, which is really good. If you just want to blast 2 people, don't worry about like handing out tokens or whatever, you just want to up some more damage. It is really solid. There was an old Black Lightning that did this thing. It was like called Arc Lightning or something. He had like triple target in cap and then deal them all 1 pen. And I loved that Black Lightning. So this is very similar. He was in, what's it called? Joker's Wild. But yeah, Batman set. Joker's Wild. Yeah. So I love that Black Lightning. He was like old school, like Afro Black Lightning. He was sick. So I absolutely love that piece. He was a little overcosted. But she's just giving the same vibe with this kind of ability is really cool. So I actually really like Ironheart. Perplex, handing out improved targeting. She can always, of course, just perplex herself and give herself the improved targeting hindering terrain. She makes a bunch of attacks. Like, she's just really solid and really good. I don't know if I'd ever play her at 30 unless I just want to utilize that perplex. Like, that would basically be her whole purpose. And then eventually double tokening her up to use a free attack, because she's not a running shot piece anymore. She just is like a force blast. So she loses a lot of movement attack. If you want her to no longer be like a main attacker or anything, the 30 point is the way to go, which I think is a great utility line. But for sealed, especially depending on what other rares I pull, I think 115 is probably going to be the way to go. But I really like Ironheart here.
Yeah, probably 115. Yeah, I can't imagine pulling that as your rare and being like,
and
let's
not
keep
going
her
with
at 30.
it. Yeah, running shot, pen side, precision strike, 4 damage out. Yeah, like, this is just so good.
Well, we've got another Killmonger. He's Wakanda, assassin, ruler, soldier, spy, warrior. He's got a trait called Prey. When Killmonger starts the game, generate a Prey bystander, passenger 1, but only to carry Prey. He also has a trait, which is each one is for a kill. Precision Strike. When Killmonger or Prey KOs an opposing character, give Killmonger a Scar token. Free. Remove a Scar token to choose one. The next time Killmonger attacks this turn, increase damage dealt to each hit target by +1. Pretty nice when you have Energy Explosion. Get down with that. And then also, make an attack, but only to target characters that are 20 or less points. So, yeah, just a little cleanup there. That's not bad.
Pretty cool.
And then he has a damage special. These are on only his last 2 clicks, which is, and all this death just so I can kill you. Outwit. When Killmonger uses it, if he gained or removed a Scar token this turn, he can choose 2 powers instead of 1 on the same character.
I don't know how useful that's really going to be in the last 2 clicks of his life. It's not, I really wish that was on his 35-point line. I wish he started with that.
Yeah, because then you could have had a nice breakup of, So he's
Yeah.
a running shot piece up top with running shot, energy explosion, toughness, and leadership. And then his starting dial at the bottom is sidestep, blades, combat reflexes, exploit. Hard to get in there with just sidestep. And then, that outwit, I think, would have made him...
I would have really liked to
useful.
see that on his...
Prey
on his lower
bystander's
line.
pretty solid.
Yeah.
8, 11, 17, 2, charge, blades, combat reflexes. Nothing crazy there. With the sidestep, I suppose you can use that to get Prey in place, but, they're just probably
true.
not sticking around.
Yeah, I
Probably
can't
not
imagine
hanging out
17
too
reflexes
long.
bystanders living too terribly long, but yeah.
I'll stick with the common Killmonger over this one. Pretty discerned.
I agree. Yeah.
I think that's
Like that one
no
a lot more.
competition.
Getting into the super rares, we're going to start off with Sam Wilson, Captain America here. He is 100 or 55 points. He has Avengers, Heroes for Hire, Shield, and Soldier, and of course he has the Avengers team ability. He has a couple of traits. So, first one is Symbol of Truth, Leadership. When Captain America uses leadership and succeeds, this turn, friendly characters that use Avengers also modify their damage +1. So, again, that's only if they're targeting the character that they selected for Avengers. They just also get a modified damage +1. That's pretty cool. Pretty harsh leader. Falcon's like, yo, beat this dude up. It's kind of awesome. And then his second trait is Bird's Eye View. When Captain America starts the game, you generate a Red Wing bystander, and then it gives him Perplex. And then it just says Red Wing can use Perplex. So you instantly get instant rebate of 2 Perplexes when you play Captain America here. Really quickly, Red Wing is an 8 hypersonic, 12 attack, precision strike, 17 defense with super senses, and a 1 damage with enhancement, and he's flight, tiny, with 0 range. Kind of what we expect to see from Red Wing. He's usually like a hypersonic, precision strike, super senses piece. Glad to see a little bit of enhancement. Falcon himself is a running shot, 11 attack, 18 defense, invulnerability, 3 damage top dial with no damage power. He has flight. He can shoot while base, use double circle arrow, shoot out of adjacency, and then he has 5 range. Falcon's special attack power that he has for his first 5 clicks of life, so it bleeds onto his 55-point line, is still getting the hang of it. Energy Shield Deflection. When Captain America hits and the attack roll was doubles, once per turn, after resolutions, he may make a ranged attack, but only to target an opposing character within 5 squares of the original target, regardless of range and line of fire. So, since Falcon's not as good as Steve Rogers with the shield yet, right, this is very much like Falcon coming into his own as Captain America. If he hits doubles, he then gets do a little shield bounce effect, which is pretty fun, making another attack targeting another person. So, next to Red Wing, and if he hits his leadership, he will be shooting for a 5 damage top dial, which is cool. with Red Wing's enhancement, and then if he hits the leadership. And then lower line, he drops running shot. He's a sidestep RCE piece at 55 points. I'm not in love with the 55-point line. It seems very risky. He just has toughness. And then he also does have some perplex, which is nice. So Falcon and Red Wing, or Captain America and Red Wing, both having perplex is also just huge. A bystander with perplex is super nice, and Red Wing is solid. And then later he drops, his wings get clipped, and then he is a close combat expert, earthbound neutralized combat reflexes piece on his last 3 clicks. So hopefully you sidestepped into place to be adjacent to somebody by the time you get there. If not, he's probably just getting out, because he also drops the shield, I guess at that time. He loses the ESD. But it's a fun piece. I like this version of Falcon. I dig the symbol of Truth text, because that was his book. That's what his Falcon standalone Captain America book was called last year. It's pretty fun. It's been a hot minute since we got a Captain Falcon, and this one's pretty solid.
Yeah, I think this one is pretty clear cut at 55. 100 points for running shot just seems a bit much. Probably just banking on having the leadership, maybe getting that damage bump from hitting it, and then the double perplex and just really taking advantage of the Red Wing bystander. A 45-point bump for those 3 clicks. I'm just, especially 2 damage on click 3. Dang, what happened?
Yeah,
Disney
falls
Plus,
off.
He was balling.
It falls
out.
off pretty hard. His damage value dropping to a 2 is really hurtful. I get that he gets the plus, but that's only on an if leadership, right? A 33% chance. So I'm not in love with how low poor old Captain Falcon's damage is. I guess he's got no super soldier serum or whatever, but still, he still hits all right.
For 100
decently
points,
hard. Yeah, for 100 points, I wish you would have had invulnerability the entire time, 3 damage the entire time, maybe a 12 attack or something crazy, but just a little bit more buff up. But I do like the 100-point line just for the ability to probably trigger his whole still getting the hang of it a little bit more. At 55, if we're saying purely using him for utility with Red Wing, his perplex, Red Wing's perplex, and then his special leadership, I wish that I wish that line was 45 or 50 or something, because 55 does just seem a little overcosted for those 5 clicks, of life.
Yeah.
I'm just scared he is just going to straight up die at that point. He is good utility, but I wish he was a little cheaper at that line for his utility. Maybe starting on click 5 and then being a little bit less points, 45 or something would have been cool.
Yeah. Well, no stranger here. It's Black Panther from the hit Heroclix set Black Panther. Let's talk about Mr. Black Panther here. Avengers Ultimates, Wakanda, Cosmic, Herald, Ruler, and Scientist. So free gods for this guy. This is also 043A, so the non-prime of the 2. He has Vibranium Daggers as a trait. At the beginning of the game, add 2 Vibranium tokens to your sideline. Free. Remove any 1 Vibranium token from your sideline. If you do, choose Black Panther or an adjacent unequipped friendly character, generate a Vibranium weapon equipment token, and equip it to the chosen character. So he's handing out +1 damage. He's handing out some shanks. You gotta love it. Formulating a response is his next trait. Adjacent friendly characters that share a keyword with Black Panther have Black Panther team ability. Super Senses. When Black Panther uses it, increase the d6 roll by +1 for each time he targeted the attacker since the beginning of your last turn. That's pretty solid if you're locked in with somebody. A nice little bump to your Super Senses roll. And then he has an attack special, which is the Panther is always prepared. Blades, Claws, Fangs. I almost said just Black Panther again. When Black Panther uses it and the d6 result is 1 to 3, after resolutions, add a Vibranium token to your sideline. Free. Remove any 1 Vibranium token from your sideline to choose 1. Make a ranged attack, or Black Panther can use Flurry until your next turn. So he only has 3 range, so more than likely you're making him a flurry piece. At 75, he's a stout 10, 12, 19, 3.
That is gnarly.
Charge, his special, toughness, and outwit. But at 40, you can get 8, 11, 18, 3 with combat reflexes and perplex. So I actually think there's a pretty fair argument for playing either line. You get 4 additional clicks of health for 35 points. I don't know.
I like both a lot.
I think you can go either way.
I agree. I think depending on what your team is lacking, if it needs an outwit or a perplex, he feels very safe to play at 40 points. You could play him
at 40 and give him Tawret to give him outwit.
Oh, sure. There you go.
And then, boom, kind of get the best of both worlds there.
That is pretty gnarly. But I do like the 12 attack. I do like the 19 defense. I like the outwit. I like the toughness.
Free handing out bonus damage in a world where King Killmonger doesn't exist, so being equipped isn't like a liability. Is very good.
That is so nice.
Having perplex, having access to free gods, being able to just make a ranged attack for free so you can carry him up and have him do that. Honestly, a lot of solid options at 40 points. 18 combat reflexes with stealth is nice. Going to be a little harder to hit with a 20. Yeah, I think this is a pretty solid piece. I don't think it's anything that's going to like completely change the game, but I do think it's something that could enter the game and do pretty well.
Yeah. The Super Prime Black Panther here, he has Wild Card and Wakanda
Wait,
team
what
ability.
set is this?
Black Panther set.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Black Panther set, and this is Black Panther.
This is Black Panther?
This is the
Okay.
Super Prime Black Panther of the
Yeah, of the
super
Black-
rare Black Panther.
In
So
the
this
Black
is
Panther set.
In the Black Panther set.
Okay, just making sure.
Like T'Challa.
I know there's a
this is
few
Black
people at
Panther.
home who are confused. I just, want to make it clear.
Oh, do you think? Yeah, guys, I'm sorry, I didn't mean
As
to.
a reminder?
Just as a quick reminder, this is the Super Rare Prime Black Panther off of the regular Super Rare Black Panther, and it's in the Black Panther set. I didn't know. I didn't know I wasn't being clear enough to the listener at home. I wanted to make sure they knew. So we think we're.
Well, it's just like it's a bit ambiguous, right?
No, I think
With
it
being
is.
the Black Panther set having Black Panther in it. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure it's clarified. That's all.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
You
I
did a
think
good job. It's nothing,
Oh,
it's
you think
nothing
so?
you did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
As long as the listener understands that this is Black Panther from the Black Panther set, that's all that matters.
BP from BP.
So Black Panther has Avengers, Defenders, Illuminati, Wakanda ruler, scientist, and warrior keywords. Love to see it. He is improved movement, ignores outdoor blocking, ignores characters, and ignores elevated terrain. He has 4 range, 2 targets. He has 7 clicks of life for 85 points. His first trait is empowered by the heart-shaped herb. Super senses, leadership. Thank goodness he has leadership, but succeeds on a 4 through 6. When Black Panther uses it and succeeds, add a Vibranium token to your sideline. That's pretty cool. Free, remove any 1 Vibranium token from your sideline. If you do, Black Panther reduces damage by 1 in addition to other effects until your next turn, which is great. He's got invulnerability top dial for his first 2 clicks, and then he loses that. So it is at least nice to be able to keep giving like free, giving yourself toughness at the very least. Or if you equip this guy with anything that gives him a reducer, because like right now he's reducing by 3 top dial, which is pretty dang cool. Second trait is revived by the heart-shaped herb. Once per turn, when a friendly character with the Wakanda keyword or an adjacent friendly character would be KO'd, you may remove any 1 Vibranium token from your sideline. If you do, you may instead turn that character to their last non-KO click, heal them 1 click. And this has protected Pulse Wave.
So insanely good.
Really good. Really, really, really good. So, like, this one means, like, if he gets Pulse Wave and you would kill him, right, you can just go ahead, remove a token, put him back on his last click,
Anything with
heal
like
him 1.
stop clicks. I know they have to have Wakanda, so it makes it a little trickier, but man, that effect is so good. Like, that's a continuous death metal Wonder Woman in a way.
Yeah.
Or kind of like a soul sword back from the
It is
dead.
at least, once per turn, but it can be super, super annoying for some of these people. His special speed power he has for the first 5 clicks of his life gives him Charge Flurry and then / when Black Panther hits. After the attack resolves, move him up to 2 squares. Black Panther may move between attacks during Flurry. So this is I really like the pouncing in between people. That's like really
I just
fun,
love
very
when they
Black
do that. When you
Panther-esque.
can move around between
Yeah.
attacks. It's just like conceptually very fun. To
It's
just
really fun.
pinball around and beat people up. I love when
Absolutely.
they do stuff like that.
And he's a 12-3 top dial, so Everett Ross can make him a 12-4 you ever need to. And he has a precision strike with 2 targets, which is really fun. So I like that a lot for Charge Flurry. But not
85 though.
Yeah, 85 is really tough. And I would say as far as his quote-unquote like prime effect goes, it's really fun, and I really like it, but it is just for Wakanda. So I don't think this dude is really going to be a very seen prime on the battlefield, unless I don't know, there's been no Wakanda thing that's really blown me out of the water just yet anyways.
Yeah.
I do like him. He's like a fine prime, very casual, very fun piece. He's just okay.
Yeah, really strong effects, but they're specific.
Yeah.
And that makes it a little more difficult. So next up, another Falcon character, Falcon and Redwing, Avengers animal martial artist. Nothing we can't do together. When Falcon and Redwing start the game, generate a Redwing bystander. If Falcon and Redwing is part of a theme team, when a friendly bystander would be KO'd, any bystander, your Prime War Machines,
Yeah.
your, what are the Daemons from Annihilation, some
Oh,
of my
jeez.
favorites.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Any bystander, the Apocalypse Legacy card. I know this stuff
Ooh.
rotated, guys. Still nasty. When a friendly bystander would be KO'd, you may roll a d6. 4 through 6, place that bystander adjacent to Falcon and Red Wing instead. I love that. I love bystander generation. I love that they can come back from the dead. Like 50-50 chance my annoying
yeah.
stuff is
This
going to
is
continue
sick.
to be
Yeah.
annoying. Yeah, fantastic. They also have toughness as a trait, this is trained by the best. I don't know who that is, but
Pretty clearly
toughness.
who the best is. Thank you.
Batman. He was trained by Batman.
No.
When establishing theme teams, you may choose a friendly character named Captain America. That's such a weird way to
Spell Batman, yeah.
Falcon and Redwing gains all the keywords of the chosen character. That's nice.
It is
Bring him
nice.
into
Well,
whatever.
especially because it's only his whole like trait to bring something back to life only works if you're on a theme team. So it opens up from just Avengers Animal Martial Artist to whatever any Captain America has, which is pretty cool.
Except for Cap Wolf.
Oh, it's true, yeah, because he's not Captain America. That is
Can't
true.
do that.
Oh, to get him on Monster,
You
though.
may be
to get
Cap
him,
Wolf.
but you're no Captain America. Jeez.
That was in the trailer somewhere, I think.
Yeah, I think it's something like that.
And this one is Red Wing. Go get him. Telekinesis is free, but only to target bystanders. Ah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, toss those bystanders
rules.
out. Free, make a close attack, but only to target a character, or only to target a character that a character named Red Wing hit this turn, regardless of adjacency. So a little Scarab-esque.
Yeah.
Poking their eyes out. And again, it's the same Red Wing bystander we just talked about. Pretty nasty. 8, 12, 17, 1. This Red Wing bystander was working out with like Mr. Miyagi.
I know.
12 attack.
12 attack, yeah.
Wax on, dude.
Little,
like,
little beak poking at you.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Arnim Zola. He is 125 or 75 points. He has the Hydra team ability, Hydra, Robot, Ruler, and Scientist keywords. He's got a couple of traits here. Master of Biological Manipulation. When establishing themed teams, friendly characters on your starting force with the monster keyword gain Arnim Zola's keywords and can use Hydra this game. So he makes all monsters he basically theme with him, and he gives Hydra to all of them, which is really cool. Not a ton of ranged-based monsters necessarily, but it's still super nice to just hand out this team ability to blanket like all monsters. // if 2 or more opposing characters share a name with each other, they modify their attack -2. So this really punishes people if they are playing a bunch of generics. If you're going against like a Hydra team, a Shield team, a Wakanda team that has a bunch of Dora Milaje or a bunch of whatever, they now have a -2 attack. All those characters that share a name with each other. So that's really cool. He's like, I'm the only one that gets to clone people here, which is pretty fun. Second trait is recreating the Super Soldier Serum. Leadership, but succeeds on a 4 through 6. When Arnim Zola uses it and fails, after resolutions generate a mutate bystander. This is so sick and so thematic. So the idea is that he's trying to like make the Super Soldier Serum, right? And when he fails at making the Super Soldier Serum, right, recreating Captain America, he makes these gross little mutates that are from the Dimension Z storyline from Rick Remender and John Romita Jr., which is one of my all-time favorite Captain America storylines ever. And these mutates are a 8, 11, 17, 1 charge blades, invulnerability with exploit. They also have Hydra and they have free range. They're very much this like gross, disgusting version of like Captain America. They are really cool, and they have like this jagged, sharp shield, which is shown in like blades and exploit. It's really fun.
Maker's Market will do.
Oh, I know, right? I know our buddy Luke for us has already cooked us up some pretty cool mutates for us. So I'm excited. No, it's not. It's not that. No. Don't worry. No. You need to finish that still. Anyways, he has 8 clicks of life. In sealed, I do prefer him at 125. It's a lot for what it is. Like, I do wish he had like a 4 damage top dial, but he is a 8 speed running shot, 12 attack Pensai, 18 impervious, 3 damage with that wit. He's 5 range, 2 targets, and he has that for 3 clicks. So it's really expensive, like 50 points to have him up at like 125. But at 75, he's really just like a bystander maker, because at 75 he's got no movement attack. He has mind control, poison, toughness, and then 2 damage of prob, and he's a 16 toughness, which is just kind of wild to see that in a 75 point line. You just have a 16 toughness. But the real bread and butter is on his very last click. He is a 5 speed, 12 attack Pensai, 18 defense with stop click, 4 damage with close combat expert, and his stop click is called You Have Failed Zola. Stop, and then it gives him colossal damage symbol. Mastermind. When Arnim Zola uses it, the chosen character is KO'd. If that character wasn't a mutate bystander, you generate a mutate bystander in the square that character last occupied. So if you KO like a standard friendly character that's not a mutate bystander, or actually just any bystander that's not a mutate bystander, then you just instantly make another thing. So you can try to kill Arnim, he masterminds something else. Try to kill him again, he can just mastermind to this, and then it would be like 3rd time's the charm. You can like actually get rid of Arnim Zola. Now it is just mastermind, so you can pulse wave him through this, you can poison him past this, but it is still really solid, like little last click to stand on. But I don't know how often he'll ever actually get hit there, because he's such a non-threat.
And then you
on
just
click 4.
poison him.
Exactly, yeah, poison, whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
I do like him.
Can't knock him back because he's colossal.
That is nice. Yeah.
He's so close. He's very cool, and that's ultimately my take on him.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I do
figure.
like him a lot.
Snowbird.
This is a super rare.
Very uncool figure,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest. Fighting the Skrull Pantheon, which we know. Divine Favor, which we know. Her big thing is animal shape-shifting, which is shape change. At the beginning of your turn, you may roll a d6 and have the result. Choose up to that number of the following powers and abilities. Snowbird can use the chosen powers and abilities until your next turn. That is Giant Size, Blades, Claws, Fangs, Charge, Invulnerability, and free heal Snowbird 1 click. So this dial...
it needs those things.
Yeah,
and you're kind of tough.
A low roll.
Choosing.
She's 70 points. She does not have a defense power printed on it, and she's an 18, 17, 17. There's nothing here. So she's a sidestep precision strike prob, and then she switches on every other click to plasticity, super strength, outwit. Her combat values aren't particularly impressive. The powers she's choosing, like charge, blades, invuln, are just things that 90% of this set the mutate bystander has that.
True.
Mutate bystander got invuln.
True. Yeah.
So, flight, PD, mystics, I don't really have anything to say about this one, if I'm being honest.
It's tough.
It's just
once again, dude. Alpha Flight. Canadians are just kind of disappointing. Hate Canada.
Yeah,
Canada's the worst. Anytime we get Alpha Flight, it's just always like, ugh, Canada. Why waste our time on Canada? White Tiger is a super rare. AIM, Avengers, Heroes for Hire, Animal, Deity, Herald, Martial Artist, and Mystical. She's got the Avengers and Mystics team ability. She is 80 points. She has a trait, the Monster, who even monsters fear. Opposing characters that have the team ability chosen for Avengers modify their attack and damage value -1 when attacking White Tiger. I absolutely love this. I love the amount of fun Avengers flavor we're getting in this set. I think it's such a cool team ability change when they made that change to Avengers, and I like seeing more abilities that reference it and go off of it. She's a hypersonic speed, toughness, perplex, top dial with a special attack power for her first 2 clicks and her very last click. And then in between her hypersonic stuff, she gets some Charge Blades exploit. Swipes and Strikes, her special attack power. Blades, Claws, Fangs, when White Tiger uses it and rolls a 1 or a 2, after resolution, she may make a close attack. And this can repeat. So,
Ares.
On this one... Oh, geez, yeah, that is kind of gnarly,
Ares.
actually. Dang. So on this, though, she doesn't have Precision Strike, and she doesn't have Exploit. So if she does roll a 1 or 2, it is a pretty bad thing, unless they have just toughness or no defense at all, because she only has a 3 damage, and she doesn't, like I said, no Exploit, nothing on this thing that actually let the 1 or 2 get through.
Just
now you can still equip her,
kind of scraping up your couch.
Yeah, kind of hey.
Don't
you can
do
still
that.
equip her with a sword or something, or it's off of 1 or 2 if you give her Genesis, and it's minimum is damage +1. That's really good, because if she keeps rolling a 1 or 2, she gets to keep attacking, but she's dealing 4 damage, which is pretty gnarly. She's fine. For 80 points, it's okay, I guess. She's nothing crazy. She's pretty neat. I do like her Avengers ability, but nothing to really write home about.
Yeah, fun ability. Try it with Ares. That's what I'd say.
Yeah.
The Prime, however, I really get down with. I like this figure a lot. So it's White Tiger, Avengers TA again. AIM, Avengers, Heroes for Hire, Animal, Deity, Herald, Martial Artist, Mystical. Oh my goodness, the keywords are fantastic. Manifest the Chi Tiger is her first trait. At the beginning of your turn, you may either generate a Chi Tiger bystander, max 1, or remove a friendly Chi Tiger bystander from the game. She also has a trait which is giving the Tiger God control. If the Chi Tiger bystander is not on your force, White Tiger takes a maximum of 2 damage from attacks and modifies her attacks +1. Which, that's pretty solid. 40 points, she's got a 7-click dial. She ignores elevated and characters on movement. She's an 8, 11, 18, 3 with charge, senses, and CCE, so she's a 12, 4. The bystander that she churns out, again, it's beginning of the turn, so you can't just move up, drop it. That's fine. Is a sidestep, blades, invuln, 5, 12, 18, 4 with giant size. And so this is one we pulled in our brick, and I had to double take the stats on this, 'cause that is just wild. And the thing is, these can die as much as you want. It's giant, so it can block lines of fire. You can use this to kind of body block in hallways. Pair this with things like the traffic barrel, which I know people just love playing against. I really like this. I think on animals, this is a 40-point, really efficient attacker. It's not something that feels like you have to take it out right away, but if you let it live, I feel like it's something that could really cause your opponent problems. It's not a prime that's going to redefine the game, but I do think it's one there. In the same vein as Brother Voodoo, where it's people write it off and then somebody plays it and they go, wow, that's actually really nasty.
I'm so tired of playing against Brother Voodoo.
Yeah, Dylan.
Ethan, please stop playing Brother Voodoo, bro. I'm so tired.
He's like, what do you think of this team I built? And he literally just sent me like the world's winning team with like
That's hilarious.
50 different points. I'm like, it's just, I mean, it won worlds. It's a good team.
Yeah.
No, I actually, this is everybody's stance though. And the only one who can actually claim this is Ryan Redman. That's
Okay.
it. Everyone's stance is, well, no, honestly, like I always did actually like Brother Voodoo. You know, I actually did. Like I would play him a decent amount, but then he just stopped. It's like, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
No
Yeah.
one played Brother Voodoo. The only person I can remember is Ryan. But
Fair
now
enough.
I make fun of him for that. It's like, oh yeah, dude, you're just copying.
I mean, it's funny.
So everyone get off your Brother Voodoo horse. Quit trying to be hipster with him. We
You
all
weren't
know.
there. You weren't a day one. You weren't a Brother Voodoo.
I mean,
day
I remember
one.
talking about him and being excited about him, but I'm not going to pretend like I thought he was like
Yeah.
meta.
No. I
I remember
mean,
thinking he was good.
the free damage is really good. The come back to life is really good. But I always thought like the monkey paw effect was just like
Yeah.
placement. I was like, I remember saying like placement's too strong, and now when I play against it, I'm like, this doesn't mean anything. You just did two free damage to me. I
just
hate
got
you, bro.
killed,
I just
yeah.
got murdered. I got murked from across the map. Rip camo.
No,
Rip
but
like
I
whatever.
always liked him, dude. Always did.
No, of course you did.
Yeah,
no,
I
of
just-
course.
You know, I was
totally.
always playing Brother
No,
Voodoo.
dude, totally.
Just not publicly.
No, yeah, I just like secret tech and stuff. Like I practiced it a lot, and I just
Yeah.
didn't see the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
like,
such
no,
a
like-
secret.
Yeah, I just practiced it a lot. So
Yeah.
you say whatever you want on your silly little podcast, but like like whatever. I was like, I was like ahead of the curve. Like,
Anyways,
actually.
Dylan, you've made waves.
That's right, he did. Darn right, he did. Night Thrasher is clocking in at 90 or 50. He is a wild card, New Warriors, Wakanda armor, celebrity, martial artist, vehicle, and warrior. Old Dwayne Taylor here has a trait, Vibranium Skateboard. At the beginning of the game, add a Vibranium token to your sideline. / free passenger 1. Remove any one Vibranium token from your sideline. If you do, move up to 4 squares. Little Tony Hawk skirt, little grind on the thing. It's pretty awesome. So I really like that ability. Customized Transport is his special speed power for his first 3 clicks, which is only available on his 90-point line, which gives him charge, plasticity, and stealth. His special attack power, which he can start top dial with at his 50-point line, shows up on click 7, and then it shows up on click 3 as well. I don't even know, what is it?
Eskrima?
Eskrima sticks and flares, energy explosion, and quake. Dude's like a 19 defense, super senses top dial, perplex, charge, plasticity, stealth with 11 attack. I really like him a lot. He's 4 range, double target. He ignores elevated because he's just Tony Hawking all over the place on the rim of that elevated. You know he is. And of course, characters, which is pretty awesome. Crazy deep dial for Night Thrasher though. 8 clicks of life. He's got kind of random spurts of leadership or perplex kind of throughout it. If you want to start him with leadership, probably don't need to in sealed, but you can do that by playing him at 50. I'm leaning toward playing him at 90. I like 90 a lot more. It gives him like, he's got an 8 square reach and he can carry up somebody for free, which is pretty fun. Yeah, I really like this piece. He's really cool.
I think he's fun.
Yeah,
Drop him down to like 75.
that'd be nice. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the 19.
I
is
don't
like,
I don't feel terrible at 90.
I don't
but
either.
I don't love
Yeah,
it.
don't love it.
Yeah.
Don't feel terrible, don't love it. But it's Night Thrasher, so he gets a pass. Like, it's so
Of
cool
course.
to have him back. Up next is, you guessed it, another Shuri in the Black Panther Heroclix set.
Did you know Shuri was Black Panther once?
Wait, really?
Yeah, Shuri was Black Panther.
No.
Yeah, no, totally. No, she actually was.
No.
Huh, dude, I swear
I'm not
no.
going to fall for this again.
All right.
Wakanda animal mystical ruler scientist. She's 50 points. She has a trait, this will help you. Enhancement. Adjacent friendly characters that share a keyword with Shuri modify their range +1. That's pretty good. When Shuri starts the game, add a Vibranium token to your sideline. Bird form is her defense power on her first 3 clicks. Energy shield deflection, super senses. When Shuri uses super senses, after resolutions, place her up to a number of squares away from her current square equal to the result. I always like when they do this. Like Nightcrawler's had effects like this. I think it's fun to just kind of poof around like
Yeah.
that. The rare Flash from Masters of Time, who just gets to move 5 when he hits shape change, is also a blast. And then Aja Adana is her damage power.
Yeah.
Outwit Perplex. When Shuri uses either, you may remove any one Vibranium token from your sideline. If you do, after resolution, she may immediately use that power again. It doesn't say in parentheses this can repeat, but
Oh, yeah.
could it? Because you're using the power again? I don't know.
Yeah, I see that.
There's something.
It's kinda
But she
interesting.
only has that power on click 1. She's a
Yeah.
flyer, sidestep, 6'11", 18, 3 with Sidestep, Psychic Blast, and then both her specials. She clicks down to Impervious after being ESD Super Senses. So
kind of gnarly Impervious in the last two clicks. Hopefully she doesn't just get like blown past that, because that can be something like throw people. Yeah, I like it.
She's pretty solid. Definitely a good pickup in sealed, like having Outwit, Perplex, Enhancement. That's all fantastic. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and then double Outwit, double Perplex, potentially more. I mean, if you can use Perplex like 7 times, this figure's insane.
It is gnarly.
I don't know if you can do that, but somebody confirm can or can you not do that? Because if you can do that, I love this piece.
Immediately use that power again.
But usually it would say like this repeats, so that's why I'm going to lean towards. I don't think it can repeat.
I just think it's just once. Like you just remove the token once, and you get to use that power again. I think that's just it. That's what I would lean toward. I don't think it repeats. Namor, Avengers and Defenders team ability. He is 65 or 40. Atlantis, Avengers, Cabal, Defenders, Illuminati, Invaders, and Ruler. He has a trait Atlantis Attacks. Namor starts the game. Generate a water train marker in any square. Just one. I wish it was more.
Just drop a pool.
Drop a little puddle on the map.
Come on down to Namor's above ground pool coming to a map near you.
He just has his little kiddie swimming pool that he tosses out somewhere. When an adjacent friendly character with a dolphin symbol makes a close attack, modify their attack +1 if the target is adjacent to Namor. So if you're swarming people with dolphin and Namor's all up in there and you got somebody next to him, they just got to go ahead and make their attack +1. Pretty cool. His special damage power, which he only has on his first 3 clicks of his 65-point line, does not get his 40-point line, is King of Atlantis. Leadership, when Namor uses it and succeeds, he may instead remove an action token from a friendly character with Dolphin. So this would be anywhere on the map, so removing it from anywhere is pretty dang cool, but it's instead, so there's not a 2-token removal. He can also remove it from himself, though, which is nice, from a friendly character with Dolphin. It's just a bummer when you don't get to do it, a token and another token. It's in instead. Namor ignores elevated terrain, outdoor blocking, and can move through characters without stopping. So he basically has flight for his special movements, which is really cool because you want to have dolphin, actual printed dolphin symbol. So mixing between, which I do think is cute, the fact that Namor does just fly, but also he should have the benefits of having the dolphin speed symbol. Top dial, he's a sidestep, quake, invincible piece with that special damage power, and at his 40-point line, he is a charge, super strength, close combat expert piece. His special defense power on his last 2 clicks of life give him willpower and regeneration as free, but only if he occupies water terrain, and that's aquatic healing. Namor is really simple here. Namor's a bummer to play at top dial. I don't love the King of Atlantis ability that much that I would prefer to ever play him at top dial. I'd rather have a Namor that gets in there and throws punches. That's, a little more brash. That's kind of how Namor, I feel like, should be played. Sidestepping around, if he's trying to be a little political ruler of Atlantis, Namor, I guess, is cute, but I like his lower line, and I'm cool with the fact that he's only 5 clicks or 40 points. That's solid. But it's just not the Namor I really, really wanted to see. Namor's a beefy dude, and I get that this is more just King versus Invaders. Let's go, punch Hydra.
So tear it up.
Yeah. So, I've been reading a lot of different Invaders books, and I was really hoping for a really cool a violent get in there, ripping the turrets off tanks kind of Namor, and that's just not this Namor. I like him at 40. I'll probably play him at 40. He's pretty fun.
He's solid at 40.
It is fun to just get a Namor in Modern again, so I'm cool with it. And the Atlantis Attacks trait is pretty fun.
All right, on to the chases. And wow, okay, we just need to make a quick note here. The sculpts on pretty much all of these are just
all of them are
blow you
so
out
good.
of the water. And the first one is definitely, maybe the best sculpt in the set. It's crazy. The Phoenix Force Black Panther. And that is his name. It's not just Black Panther.
I know, this is
they
wild.
They threw Phoenix Force in it. I
So
think that's the first time they've done that.
So long. Yeah, even when I think they've had someone with the Phoenix Force, they're just called
yeah, still just
Echo or Cyclops or Magic or Colossus, whatever. They usually don't have
I think, was Phoenix Wolverine? His name's just Wolverine, isn't it?
I think it is just Wolverine. There's Old Man Phoenix. That he is called Old Man Phoenix. But Phoenix Wolverine is just called Wolverine.
So there you go. Avengers, a Phoenix Force, Wakanda, Cosmic, Deity, and Ruler keywords. He is Cosmic Energy and Wakanda team ability. He has a trait which is touched by Man-Thing and knows no fear. Safeguard, opposing perplex. Phoenix Force Black Panther can reduce penetrating. Always love to see that. Reduce penetrating is generally a pretty good start to things.
Yeah.
He also has an attack special, Flaming Claws of the Phoenix Panther. Blades, Claws, Fangs, Poison. When Phoenix Force Black Panther uses Blade's Claw's Fangs, after resolutions, choose an opposing character adjacent to the hit target. Deal that character damage equal to the d6 roll. This plus Ares.
Dang.
Stack it.
Yes, sir.
Could hit somebody for 12 and they were just collateral. It's got I didn't even attack you. And then defense ability is the difference between arrogance and fortitude. Invulnerability. When Phoenix Force Black Panther rolls a single d6, increase the result by +1. When Phoenix Force Black Panther rolls a single d6 and the result is a 6 or higher, after resolutions, heal him 1 click. Coming in at 175, he's a hypersonic 10, 12, 19, 4 with the special attack power and impervious. And then he has that for 3 clicks, or you can play him at 100 with charge blades, impervious, outwit, 10, 11, 18, 4. He's a flyer. I mean, at the end of the day, it is just kind of a charge piece. It's a really long dial to chew through, but a majority of it, like clicks 5 to 10, are just invulnerability. So you don't really have a chance to evade or ignore damage. It's just, if you're not doing enough, I'm reducing the penetrating, so you can't chip them away, but Precision Strike kind of gets through that.
With a high enough damage value, though, and vulnerability is meaningless. You know what I mean? Yeah.
A 10-move hypersonic with an Ares attached to him,
Solid.
and he also gets to deal damage equal to the d6 roll.
Solid.
I will not discount that this could really hurt somebody, but 175 is a bit tough of a sell. I mean, I don't think it's anything that I'm going to personally reach for, but it is a sculpt that I do want to own.
Oh, it looks
awesome.
awesome.
My gosh, it's so good. This next figure, though, holy.
Old Hadari Yao here, Wakanda X-Men deity, mystical, and ruler, cosmic energy, and Wakanda team abilities, clocking in at either 100 or 60, improved movement, ignores characters, flight, 6 range, triple target, got a couple of traits here. I can't fail my followers. Leadership, as long as there are 4 or more friendly characters without the deity keyword on your force, Hadari Yao takes a maximum of 2 damage from attacks, 7-click long dial with super senses the entire time, pen side the entire time, first 3 clicks being shot, 60-point line, she starts with sidestep and follows through the end of the dial. She has a defined favorite trait, which we've mentioned before, and then a special damage power, I command the lightning, which is on her first 5 clicks of life. So again, those first 3 being a 100-point line, next 2, so 4 and 5 are the start of her 60-point line. Improved targeting ignores characters elevated and hindering. When Hadari Yao hits multiple characters with a range attack, that deals damage. Characters dealt less than 3 damage are dealt 3 damage instead. So if she triple targets and only deals someone 2 or somebody 1, or does all of them, like all 3 people, just deal them all 1 damage, right? She's a printed 3 on her 60-point line. They all take 3 damage instead. Yeah, that's gnarly. Dang, that's pretty freaking cool.
See through basically everything.
Basically everything but blocking, yeah.
Yeah, playing her at 60 and giving her a motorcycle for running shot.
Yeah, move and attack.
So now she's like running shotting for 6, sidestepping an additional 2. She has 6 range.
Friendly characters to the deity keyword, yeah. So the bystanders even count here. Yeah, so she's only taking what, 1, 2, and then 1, 2. She got a 2 tapper, 3 tapper. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
12 attack for 3 damage. I mean, the damage doesn't matter. If you can assign 1 damage,
2 tapper.
You're good.
Yeah, as long as you assign 1. And it's like when a character with a ranged attack and deals damage. So she can't just be like, oh, I'm going to deal you 1 damage, but then if they had like invincible, it wouldn't deal them 3.
It would, yeah.
When her Dow hits multiple characters in attack and deals damage, it has to deal damage to them. Right?
Oh, okay, yeah. I see what you mean.
Like, because they would reduce it, I assume, or is that different than like takes damage?
So if I deal you 1 and then you reduce it 2.
Yeah,
I think it would deal. I think it would
so
be
it would deal 3. Oh, okay, then cool.
I think so.
That would be cool then. Then yeah, that is pretty gnarly.
Yeah, this figure is insane. Insanely good. Probably, I'm gonna go out and say it. Probably the best figure in the set.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Maybe that 15-point bystander. I mean, this is crazy.
Okay.
I'm a believer in this figure. Like, she is not... You can't prop her. You cannot perplex her. Again, you could play her on her higher dial. I think... I would only
play her at 60. I think motorcycle at 60 is the way to go.
Like, that's 14 squares of reach that sees through everything but barrier. Yeah. She can just hit, like... Just triple target, 3 things, bang. That's so much damage output. She has
that
pen
is really
side.
Good, yeah.
Like, she's just cleaning up so much stuff. And then, yeah, it's like, if you have to 2-tap her. You can't just get rid of her.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean,
it's really strong. Yeah.
Like, as far, okay, so, like, yeah,
the
gods...
People, how they, like, build and play
The gods are good. They're sideline
Yeah, that's
effects.
what I'm saying.
This is like...
for best... So you're saying best main force figure in the set?
I think so.
I mean, yeah, we haven't had anything, I would say, that's stronger than this. So fair enough.
And she's a Wakanda ruler for our boy.
Oh, yeah.
Our boy Everett
Everett
King
Ross.
Ross. Next up is Bast. And they are a sideline active, which is during force construction, you may pay 10 points to choose another friendly character to be Bast's avatar. If they have the Herald keyword, it's 0. And then that character can't be equipped or chosen. So this is the avatar trait we've seen. And what Bast's avatar trait gives is Outwit and Willpower. Willpower, I think, is a really solid one to hand out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Outwit's great, too. Is this better than Tawret? Situationally, probably. Support
yeah.
Outwit Willpower, I think, just kind of depends on who you're throwing it on. It's going to follow the same dial design that we saw with Khonshu, Tawret, and Amit as well. 125, 6 clicks, 2 stop clicks. Let's be honest, none of them are particularly impressive. You're
Nope.
playing this for a sideline effect, which
Yep.
it's not bad. She has a trait, My Panther's Stealth. When Bast is KO'd, choose a friendly character and remove all action tokens from them. If that character is Bast's avatar, this character has the printed team abilities of characters in your KO area, Protected Pulse Wave. I still don't think I'm ever going to pay 125 for that. Don't like Bast enough as a character casually to put her on the board. This is an expensive sideline piece, folks, and there's a lot of that in this set. A few of them, though, I think are cooler than others. Bast is like kind of whatever for me. But again, Outwit Willpower. Do not discount that. That's incredibly good.
Gaia, she's Cosmic Energy, Mystics. She's Asgardian Animal, Cosmic Deity, and Mystical Keyword. She has 1 point value, and that is 300 points. She has improved movement, ignores elevated, blocking terrain, and characters. With improved targeting, ignores elevated, hindering terrain, and characters.
I think this is the most overloaded card
There's insane amount of
I've
stuff on this. It's
ever seen in my life.
a lot of reading. Well, her dress is a little overloaded, too. So, it's real
She
colorful.
extra.
She extra. I really like her a lot, though. So 7 range, triple target. Her first 4 clicks, she's a sidestep, pulse wave, invincible all through click 8, and then a special damage power all through click 8. And then the next 4 clicks are a stealth poison, and again with that invincible and damage power. Her last 3 are just mind control, precision strike with super senses and probability control on those last 3 clicks of life. Gaia recently was used in the Captain America run when he's fighting like Asmodee and stuff, and this is like a really interesting thing where because she's like the goddess of like life, she's Mother Nature. It's really interesting, and so it was really cool. A few scenes that her and Cap share together, or a few panels in the comics. So I'm really happy to like get her in Heroclix like relatively soon after I saw her, like my first exposure to her. Her sideline active Mother Nature trait. During force construction, you may choose a character, the animal or Asgardian keyword to be Gaia's avatar. That character can't be equipped or be chosen for another avatar trait. We all know this, and this game, lines of fire drawn to that character are hindered, and that character has, at the beginning of your turn, heal this character 1 click. When this character clears action tokens, if they're not named Gaia, you deal them 2 unavoidable damage. Gnarly. Gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
pretty crazy.
that is pretty crazy. That is tough. Interesting. A little give and a little take. All right, Mother Nature. Second trait, Elder God, Font of Creation. Sideline active. When a character chosen for Mother Nature is KO'd, you may immediately generate Gaia from your sideline or KO area on click number 1 in the square that character last occupied. If you do, this game, at the end of each of your turns, deal all friendly characters 3 mortal damage. Jeez. Okay,
Yeah.
so definitely different than Chthon. So she's Chthon adjacent, right? This is very much how the dial is designed. She's a big 300 point piece. She does a pseudo possessor Chthon thing, and then instead of saying you lose the game, you just murder
just
your
lose
own
the game
pieces.
a little
You do just in
slower.
a different way. Yeah, she does still at least go on click 1, where she has an 11 attack pulse wave, 7 range, 20 defense, invincible, all that stuff. Let's do her last trait, Spirit of Growth. At the beginning of the game, generate up to 3 hindering terrain markers in any squares. Why these aren't plant terrain markers, I don't know.
That is fair.
I feel like there's no reason for these to not be plant terrain markers. They're just hindering terrain. Like, really? For Mother Nature? For the plant lady? The flower lady? And
Call
then
up Captain Planet.
and then finally, her damage power that, like I said, she has for the first 8 clicks of life is Nature's Fury. Shape change. When Gaia attacks, before choosing targets, you may remove any number of non-debris terrain markers within range from the game. If you do, deal 1 penetrating damage to each opposing character that was adjacent to 1 or more of the removed terrain markers. It's non-debris, so it's like barrier. It's going to be her hindering markers that she places. It's going to be things like grave terrain, plant terrain, smoke cloud, etc., etc. Just special terrain markers, but it's just not going to be any actually debris that's made. So it's kind of neat. It's kind of situational. It is, again, before her attack, she gets some free damage off, which is pretty cool. I don't love the fact that when she comes in, she is just an 11 attack. She has no probability control. Sure, she has Pulse Wave, but she doesn't feel... I'm not really in love with this piece. I like her a lot. I do think she's fun. I think she's cool. I think she looks like beautiful. It's a really nice piece. But I really am just not super in love with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not really either.
Yeah, not really sold.
It's a lot of text.
It's a lot of text to be underwhelmed by.
Yeah.
Is the kind of the toughest part.
Like,
yeah,
all of that, and then you just have a trait where it's like, you get 3 things ahead.
I never, like, Chthon, I'd be like, yeah, I'd play Chthon, 300 points, and I'd win sealed. Playing her at 300 points is like, I
don't think I'm going to win sealed.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to win sealed with this at all.
Going to stealth poison mid-dial, like,
yeah,
that's a little
it's just,
tough.
the attack value is tough. The no probability control top dial is really tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just... I have a hard time wanting to ever play this at 300 points. I have a hard time wanting to sideline active this piece either.
This next one, though,
yeah,
it's a tomb, right? Or is it Adam?
I like calling him Adam.
I think
it's
Adam's
a tomb.
funnier.
I think Adam is way funnier, so I'd call him Adam. But I think it is a tomb.
This guy is another, like, I may be crazy, but just like sculpt of the year. I think he looks sick. He's so big.
He is cool.
He's so big, they put his foot on the dial, they moved the damage symbol over for his foot.
Wait, is that actually true?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't notice
so
that.
Cool.
That is hilarious.
I really, really like when
That's
they go
actually
big.
really funny.
He's got God Squad, Cosmic, Deity, Martial Artist, Warrior, empowering the Sun King. So this does function a little differently. During Force construction, you may choose a character with the Martial Artist or Warrior keyword to be Adam's avatar. That character can't be equipped or be chosen for another character's avatar. This game, the chosen character deals penetrating damage and has a minimum range of 6. When that character attacks, if they're not named Adam, after resolutions deal them 1 unavoidable. 6 range and pen damage, that's a pretty good trade-off. I dig that. He also has Elder God, the Demigorg. Demigorge?
Demigorge.
Yeah.
Demigorge.
Demigorge. When the sideline active, when the character chosen for empowering the Sun King is KO'd, you may immediately generate Adam from your sideline or KO area on click number 1 in the square that character last occupied. If you do, at the end of your next turn, remove Adam from the game without scoring him, then KO a friendly character of your opponent's choice.
Dang.
It's a tough trade-off, but honestly, there are some situations where that could be worth doing.
Dang, these are...
Of all the options, between Chthon losing the game, Gaia losing the game
Doing 3
slowly,
unavoidable... Yeah.
this is one where it's like, maybe I can KO something big, because I'm getting a 13-5.
Yeah, 13-5 is gnarly.
He also has Metabolizing Deities as a defense power. Stop Impervious. When Adam uses it and succeeds, after resolutions heal him 1 click.
He's definitely closer in design and in function to Chthon.
Yeah,
like
4
way
stop
closer.
clicks, 300 points. He's a flyer, 10, 13, 25. He's colossal. All of his stop clicks are charge, steal energy, the defense special, and then close combat expert. He gets some sidestep pulse wave and shape change throughout the dial. I mean, at 300 points, I think you'd be hard-pressed to not play this guy in Sealed and to also beat him in Sealed.
Yeah, I think you definitely play this guy in Sealed. Like, absolutely.
He's pretty crazy. I dig him, though. I mean, the sculpt alone,
He's
again,
cool.
like, worth owning.
Odin and Ravens, a 200 or 100 point piece with Cosmic Energy team ability as Guardian Animal, Cosmic Deity, Mystical Ruler, and Warrior. Keywords: real name Odin Borson and Hugin and Mugen. Hugin and Muin? Sure. First trait, the Odin Force. Odin and Ravens start the game with an Odin Force token. If Odin and Ravens is 200 points, he starts with 2 instead. When Odin and Ravens starts the game, I really hate saying Odin and Ravens, oh my gosh. Starts the game. This game, friendly characters have, this character modifies their combat values +1 for each Odin Force token that they have. Sure. So he just straight up has like +2 stats if he's at 200 points. Yeah, that's sick. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, right on.
I like this guy.
Which is better, especially with his running shot. So now instead of running shotting for 3, he's running shotting for 5, which is better than having an 8 speed, which is nice. And he's a 13, 19, 5 top dial, 7 range. Sure, cool. Hugin and Munin, free once per game. Generate a Huggin bystander and a Munnin bystander. What do they do? I want to pronounce them however I want. I'll pronounce them as differently as I please. Huggin is a 8, 11, 17, 1 with super senses and perplex with cosmic energy and this trait, which is thought. Opposing characters, then 4 squares in line of fire, modify attack -1, pretty dang good. Munin, same, not quite same stats. 8, 9, 18, 1 without wit, super senses, cosmic energy. This one says memory. Opposing characters in 4 squares in line of fire, modify defense -1. Yeah, both very good, both fly. One's more of an attacker, one's a little bit more about defense. His defense power is Until I'm Gone. It's a stop click that's on click 3 and on click 10. So his last click of each starting line. Stop Impervious. The first time this click is revealed, remove an Odin Force token from the game, from Odin and Ravens, then give an Odin Force token to another friendly character with the Asgardian keyword. So he's moving the Odin Force around, right? So start the game, friendly characters have, this character modifies, okay, cool. So that stabs at the beginning of the game, so even if they lose that trait, it doesn't matter because it happens at the start of the game. All friendly characters have that. So he's giving away his Odin Force the more damage he takes, and he modifies somebody else's like combat values by +1. Yeah, I think this is pretty fun. And then he's only a +1 after that point in the dial.
I mean,
Yeah.
8, 12, 19, 5.
Yeah, 8, 12.
At 100, 7, 12, 19, 4 with running shot, pulse wave,
8,
leadership.
13, 19, 5. Top dial because he's +2. He's a 13 attack.
Yeah, no, I'm saying for the
second line. Oh, yeah. Then, yeah. I like that. Still similar-ish stats, top dial, pulse wave instead. All throughout his charge clicks. The 2 damage sucks to have, but he's at least still a 3. And he's Quake, so he's quaking maybe anyways. So I don't know. I don't feel too bad about that. And he's a 12-4.
It's a weird dial to look at because like, oh, this seems so low, and then it's like, wait, no, this is
He's got the
pretty
plus
dang
stats.
solid.
He also ignores hindering train, which we'd love to see. I would absolutely play this guy at 200 points in sealed, 100%.
Again, I
think
just
there's
love
enough
this
support.
sculpt. I think Odin is a really cool. I think he's the coolest
actually-
Thor character.
Oh, I disagree with him being the coolest Thor character.
I love Odin.
But if you like Odin, that's cool.
Odin's the man.
Scourge is the coolest Thor character. Scourge effing rocks. Nah, all right. Scourge rules. Anyways,
I'll tell
Odin
you who-
Ravens, I think they're solid.
I'll tell
I
you who
actually do like
Scourge
this
isn't.
piece. Who Scourge isn't?
Scourge ain't no Chaos King of New
I
York.
knew you were going to say that as soon as I saw what was next. Shoot.
Oh, God Squad, Cosmic Deity Ruler, 250 or 75 points. I want to run a ton of these guys at 75. He's got one crazy thing. He's got the Chaos Incarnate trait. Free, roll a d6 and perform the resulting effect. If Chaos King is 250 points, you may instead roll a d6 up to 3 times and perform the resulting effect in any order. 1. Choose a character and deal it 1 unavoidable damage. 2. Heal every character within 2 squares 2 clicks. 3. Give each other character within range an action token. 4. You and your opponent each choose a character. Chosen characters modify their combat values +1 until your next turn. 5. Make an attack. 6. Place Chaos King in a square within range. He has 6 range. This guy's wild. At 250, he's an 8, 12, 25 hypersonic precision invincible probability control piece. More than likely, you're probably looking at the 75 dial as he's 8, 12, 18, 4 with running shot, pulse wave, impervious prob. Still has access to that trait. He's not rolling as much for it. It's not as chaotic, if you will. But who's to say you're not playing 4 of these guys? Who's to say? Not I.
Who's to say?
I would love to,
Oh my
to
gosh.
get that together and
I
try
like
a team
Chaos
of
King a
4
lot.
Chaos Kings and just seeing what happens.
Nah, Chaos King rules.
It is also an optional effect, so that's worth pointing out. It's just a free. You don't have to do it every turn. So it's not like you have to roll it first turn and then potentially like damage your guys or, I mean, if I'm playing Chaos King, I'm rolling it every turn. I don't care what situation I'm in.
Yeah.
If it's like 5 out of 6 results somehow kill me, I'm gambling. 6 out of 6, maybe I'm still rolling.
I'm gambling. Oh
So yeah,
gosh.
Chaos King is probably one of my most wanted pieces in the
He's
set.
so fun.
I think he's really fun. I think this is really cool. And yeah, it's just cool to have him back. It's been 12 years, 11 years. Chaos War.
2011, 2012?
I think so, right around
Yeah,
that.
it's about 12-ish, 11 years. Dang.
I was in high school, I know that.
Dude.
So 8,000 years ago.
8 billion years ago. Lady Loki has Asgardian, Cabal, Illuminati, Deity, Mystical, and Warrior keywords. 70 points for 7 clicks of life, 6 range, triple target, and flight with improved movement, ignores characters, with the Minions of Doom and Mystical team ability. The first 5 clicks of her dial, she has the speed power, the power behind the throne, mind control, sidestep, stealth. When Loki uses mind control, after resolutions, hit characters are given an action token. Pretty simple, pretty cool, 6 range, pretty nice. Neato, burrito. First 3 clicks of life has that special speed power, of course, with precision strike, and then these 2 special attack and damage powers. So, only an illusion is the defense power, energy shield deflection with super senses. Pretty simple, pretty basic. And then the damage power is I'm me, first, last, and always. Probability control, shape change. When Loki uses shape change and succeeds, the attacker can't select a new target, and you may have them become the only target of the attack, protected at wit. Really strong shape change ability with the prime and everything is really cool. Overall, pretty dang neat piece. I do like that it can really stunt on the growth of a lot of your opposing characters. Just handing out those action tokens with mind control is always a fun effect that they sometimes tack on to mind control, which I think is really cool. And then just annoying enough to get past with Super Sense's shape change that I don't get to target somebody else with prop top dial is really cool. Once she's knocked off of that, it's a little lackluster for the rest of the dial. It's very simple. She loses a lot of her specials. She has no traits, so it becomes kind of vanilla there toward the end. But for 70 points, it's fine. It just doesn't really do anything crazy for me. It's just kind of fine.
I agree with you. I think it's a really cool effect, but overall, the entire package, a little underwhelming. But sculpt-wise, again,
Really good sculpts.
it's crazy.
Love seeing a chair. I just love a good throne.
a good chair, yeah.
Just a good chair.
It's something that a chair just does. But you're just
Sitting on a good chair. Mm-hmm. Ain't nothing quite like it.
sculpted like, KC Green Lantern, just hanging
That's
out in a
true,
chair.
actually, yeah.
Daredevil, Master of the
Black Panther,
Hand.
sitting on a chair. Legacy? The one that didn't get legacied, where he's has his foot on the chair? Yeah.
Shame, still in a chair.
Still a shame. Still a chair, though.
Zeus
Love a
is
good
up
chair.
next. No chair. Automatic point deduction. Can't believe this. Cosmic deity ruler. He comes in at 100 or 55. He's got divine favor, which we have covered. He also has from Olympus, Zeus' wrath. From downtown, it's Zeus' wrath.
It's Zeus!
So yeah, when you get to the end zone, though, sideline active, once per game, when a friendly character uses energy explosion while occupying the highest elevation level on the map, they may choose to have 3 bolts. If they do, if Zeus is on the map, all opposing characters within 3 squares of the original target become targets as well. So
Yeah,
this
that's
actually
cool.
feels like a sideline active effect that he might be on the map for. You might actually get to take advantage of that with him being I like his 55 line. I actually like his 100 line a lot too. He's also got Energy Explosion Pulse Wave. When Zeus uses either, increased damage dealt to all hit characters by +1. Pulse Wave with 2 damage is, believe it or
Very
not,
good.
pretty dang solid. If there's a way to give him Force Blast.
Did he crit hits on
Can
this?
Penguin give Force Blast? I can't remember. He might be able to. He also has 2 stop clicks on the dial. This is at the tail end of both his starting lines, which is Stop, Impervious, Regeneration. So yeah, you're getting a 6 range, single target. He's not a flyer
He gives
either.
Energy explosion, knockback.
He can give knockback. Again, point Penguin. If you're getting anything from this set review, it's Penguin to take.
If you're getting anything from the Black Panther set review, it's that Penguin from Notorious from a year
He
ago.
rocks.
It's awesome.
He's awesome.
If there's any takeaway from this set, it's that there's a really good figure from an old set.
Notorious. No, Zeus I think is pretty good. At 100
I really do
points,
like Zeus. Yeah, he's fun.
100 probably, again, you're probably not breaking the game with it, but a pulse wave that does more than 1 damage is something that you can really work around. At the 55 line, being a 6'11 and 18'3 with RCE and pen size, he's a 12'4 at range. Cosmic Deity Ruler, he's got some stuff to work with there. Cosmic is starting to shape out a little bit more. Ruler is just solid already. Deity, I'm not sure about, but I feel like I've seen a lot of it, so maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Zeus he's up there. He's up in the clouds.
Njidaka is next up. Symbiote Wakanda, Cosmic Deity, Monster, and Ruler. He is a wild card in Wakanda. Team ability, he comes in at either 125 or 60. He has 6 range, triple target, no other special combat symbols, and then he has improved targeting, can shoot out of adjacency. First trait is Symbiotic Resurrection. Shape change, steal energy. If Njidaka is at 125 points once per game when he would be KO'd, you instead turn him to click 6. If he's equipped, you may remove his equipment from the game and instead turn him to click 2 and remove all of his action tokens. That, I think, is gnarly. I think that's really cool. I really like that ability. I think it's really fun. His second trait, Emperor of the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda. Leadership Mastermind. I don't have enough Wakanda leadership. Thank goodness he has it. When a friendly character KOs an opposing character with the Cosmic Deity or Herald keywords, choose a standard power that was on their card for Njidaka to use this game. Now, this is really good. And again, it's situational. Cosmic Deity or Herald only. It'll happen in sealed quite a bit because there's actually a lot of deity and herald sprinkled throughout the set.
I mean, herald being a keyword that gets you free gods, I think it'll come up a decent amount.
And then, so like that, just his ability to choose powers, I think is really good because again, he has no reducers top dial until his last 3 clicks of his life. Which, again, if you equip him, it doesn't matter too bad at 125 because then he just goes to click 2, which is really, really, really strong. Anyways, his special like speed power at 125 points is Charge, Flurry, Sidestep, and he's a 12 attack precision strike with 3 damage. They do not like handing out 4 damage in this set. I've just really finally come to that realization that all of these like big, beefier hitters, some of these gods, some of these bigger guys like this dude at 125 points would love to see like Arnim Zola, Captain America, like all these figures. I really would have liked to have seen a 4 damage on them, and seeing a 3 is really tough. The fact that Riri Williams of all people at 115 gets a printed 4 is kind of wild. I really would have liked this guy having a 4 damage top dial. I think it really hurts him. Equip him with Bucky's arm, and then maybe that's kind of stifled a little bit because he has a Charge, Flurry, Sidestep. He has like great reach.
I don't love how this dial like. It's just broken up strangely in my head.
It is really weird. I really like that first trait, and I really do like the second trait, even though it is just inconsistent.
It's all good stuff, but it's like you go from a Charge, Flurry, Sidestep piece to mid-dial, running shot, side blast.
Hey, at least, again, he can shoot out of adjacency, which is at least nice.
Yeah, that is true. And then you switch back to a charge piece, and then, there's ways to remove equipment. More than likely, he's probably going to come back on click 6. Like, you USB arrow something off of him.
It's just so odd.
At 125, it's just... It's cool, and all of this stuff is good, but for some reason, I'm looking at this, I'm just like... there's just... It's not quite... I don't know. It's just... It's all over the place.
I agree.
I mean, to be fair,
cool.
so is the character.
I mean,
what is this?
I believe Injidaka is like
Venom Killmonger.
I think it's Killmonger's real name. You got the Killmonger flow. Eric Killmonger. Okay. Well,
but what else
like
is it? He's also a god? Venom
He's like
god,
he's the
Killmonger?
intergalactic empire of Wakanda leader, the emperor of intergalactic empire of Wakanda. Whatever
he's cosmic
that is.
as well.
Yeah.
He ate a cosmic cube. Got
but
the
he's
Venom
but he's not
suit.
cosmic energy, right? He's not quite that. So that actually really sucks that he can be outwitted. Oofta. That's tough.
Yeah, that's
actually.
tough.
Dang.
That is tough.
Ugh.
So I don't know. I like
Trade,
this piece.
shape,
I think
change,
he's
energy.
cool, but it's just weird. Like, he's got all this cool stuff going on, but at the same time,
He's just wonky and inconsistent.
The synergy is just a little goofy.
Yeah. But that is our last figure in the entire Black Panther set. That is going to be the end of the set list. Overall, Black Panther's a pretty fun set. It just has a lot of underwhelming just pieces in it. Like, there's still enough utility and a lot of fun. I think if you're a Wakanda fan, like if you're a Black Panther fan, this set rules.
Oh yeah, you're going
for you.
nuts. Yeah.
You're going like, this is like, wow, the Wakanda keyword finally has all these really cool specific mechanics just for the Wakanda keyword. It's never been a better time to be a Black Panther fan and playing Wakanda and playing Heroclix. If you are like all of those things, it's crazy cool. For someone like me who's like not really a Black Panther fan, who just thinks he's kind of cool Avengers character every once in a while, I can kind of take it or leave it. And there's a decent amount of fun things that I enjoy in the set, like the Ares, the Captain America, the Falcon, Arnim Zola. Like there's a handful of figures in the set that I do enjoy that I will be picking up. But as a set overall, it's just not for me, and I can admit that. Just because I'm not a Black Panther fan, not really the biggest random gods fan. So.
Yeah. I think you guys just, based kind of on probably the tone we've had for this episode, this is not the most exciting set of the year for us. We've been very public in saying that it isn't either.
Yeah.
And from a standpoint of like building, like Masters of Time gave us a lot of engines. This set gave a lot of, little touch-ups for that engine.
Yeah.
There's a lot of low point leadership. There's a lot of low point perplex.
I mean, it's what we talked about, where it's like things compared with Penguin become better, right? Like, it's not like things with this thing, it's things with something else. That's kind of how it goes. Well,
so a majority of this set really is like, what are you picking out from Black Panther to top off your team? I think there are things you can build around, like Hadari Yao. At the end of this, I think I'm going to say that's I think
honestly,
it's the best figure in the set.
Now that we've gotten to the end of it, and there's really been nothing else that's like struck me as like super super standout as far as like a main force attacker goes. Yeah, this is like the best thing in the set.
It's crazy.
Absolutely.
Even like stacking them against the sideline pieces. I will say
this set is beautiful. This set has amazing sculpts. Some of the best chases we've seen in a while. I think
not even
phenomenal.
Not even going to argue with you on that. I agree with you though, where Black Panther just has never really been my jam.
Yeah.
So
I'm always excited for new Heroclix. Anytime there's new stuff added to the math, added to the function, your team building gets crazy, there's more stuff to work with, that's always great. I'm never going to complain about that. But yeah, this is definitely something where it's like the source material is not something I'm ultra familiar with. It's not something like I'm just crazy excited about. But there's definitely some stuff in here where I'm like, yeah, definitely want to play that. That looks fun. That looks cool. It's just another aspect of it, too, like coming down from Masters of Time. I mean, you didn't have a chance.
No, there was nothing. Like, honestly, it's probably good that the set after Masters of Time is just kind of overall underwhelming, because had it been like a really strong set on its own, it would still be within Masters of Time's shadow no matter what.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is cool. Black Panther took the short end of the stick for HeroClix sets, it kind of feels like. But again, it's still fun. To me, it's like out of 10, it's like 5.5. It's like real middle of the road set. We're like,
I was going to give it a 6.
6, so yeah.
Because there's pieces I'm looking at, I'm like, oh yeah, definitely playing that, definitely using that. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not particularly attached to this character. Am I playing that? So like dial-wise,
I'm curious to play some sealed with it. I think it'll be a kind of fun sealed battle royale set. I'm curious to see like how bad it is playing against stealth when everybody's got like a ton of it, right? So I'm curious to see how sealed plays out. I do always look forward to playing sealed of a set. And it has a lot of strong, I think a lot of people online have said this, there's a lot of really strong cur, and then just some really all over the place point value, bloated costs, super rares. And then just some kind of interesting chases is kind of how it feels. But the cur all feels solid, and the cur all feels like really fun to play with all these really fun
definitely
like,
a lot
team
of
building
pulp
mechanics.
viability in this set.
I think so.
No question. Like, there's some really, really good stuff in the CUR. I agree with you. Super rare chases, they just feel a little clunky. Like, I get the themes they're going for, with just kind of being like gods. But I know like neither of us are particularly like
I'm not really into
fans,
the pathos or like whatever the mythos stuff for gods and whatever. Like, it's just never been. Yeah,
it's not our cup of tea.
It's not our cup of tea.
And we've said that. Like going into this, it's like I think this was our lowest ranking set for the year, where it's like
pretty much.
But the next set,
I can't wait.
Very different.
Cannot wait.
We won't talk about that
exactly.
right now.
This is the Black Panther set review about Black Panther, so we're not going to talk
about
with Black Panther,
starring Black Panther as Black Panther.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Overall, I mean, it's fun to go through and review this stuff, because there is stuff like while doing this where I was like, oh dang, I did not realize it did that.
That is one benefit I do like about these set reviews, especially when like we started doing them a few years ago, where I knew that I just kind of always glanced at a set and then I'd eventually kind of forget some things about it. So actually going through and like very specifically like looking at every single figure in the set, covering it, discussing it, figuring out what you like, what you don't like, definitely does open my eyes to a lot of things. So I always love doing a set review of a set, and I'm always happy that we do them. So it's been a ton of fun. But guys, that is the Black Panther set. Let us know. Me, myself, and
hey,
Ian.
Kalder, I'm letting you know.
Thanks. But yeah, if you are a listener, well, you probably are if you're listening to this right now, send us an email at dialhforheroclix@gmail.com if you want to chat with us, or if you just want to say, hey, this is what I like from the set, or this is what I don't like from the set. You can also send us a message over on Facebook at Dial H for Heroclix Podcast on Facebook.com. And of course, I always say this at every single show, make sure you go ahead and support us on Patreon. If you support all the things that we do, again, we just do this because it's the love of the game. I do it for the love of the game, Yugi. And that's what it's all about. I love HeroClix. We love doing the content for you guys. So if you want to support the people that make all this amazing content, you can go to patreon.com, dial H for HeroClix, right? Dial H Podcast on Patreon, and check that out, and feel free to kick us some money that way. We have a Discord that if you donate $5 or more, you get added to. We have an awesome Discord community. Won't be getting to any questions this week, of course, because it was our set review episode, but just wanted to say shout out to all the amazing people over on Patreon and people that support us and join the Discord. Of course, you can go to coolstuffinc.com for 5% off your Cool Stuff Inc. order. You can use code DIAL5. Cool Stuff Inc. You can pick up all the latest HeroClix Seal products and miniatures at coolstuffinc.com. You can also go to shop.wizkids.com using code DIALH10 for 10% off your order there. Picking up some cool HeroClix products. Again, Bigfoot is in the shop right now. If you spend $50 more, you get Bigfoot thrown in there, which is pretty dang cool. Ian, do you have any last...
I don't.
Okay.
I've said everything I need to say
have.
this episode, I think.
Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to Dial H. And like always, happy trails.
Yeah, he's on your left. Yeah, he's on
There's a
your
cap,
left.
there's a cap.
A Captain America. Yeah, he's on your left. Yeah, he's on
There's
your
a shield,
left.
there's a shield.
And it's on your left. Yeah, he's on your left. Yeah, he's on your
When
left.
he's
on your left, he's on your left. He's Captain America on your left.